paternal.
Yeah. First of all, why would you be drinking that and not get a full-on drunk?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
I can't take this before the judge.
Right.
They're gonna laugh at me, laugh at you.
Right.
Is this what you want to put on your Facebook page? This? There's no bourbon back here. Nothing. No Henny. No. Just
You in the jailhouse with somebody that beat a U.S. Marshal up, and you.
what you in here for?
Stella Rosa.
I'm wine drunk.
Yeah, I'm wine.
I drank too much wine. Nigga, if you don't.
You mean Mad Dog 2020? Yeah, man. I used to. No.
You gotta say it hard. You gotta use
pass for it. I don't see why not. Give
Use your-
soccer moms a pass for being wine moms.
You gotta use your deep voice too. Stella Rosa.
Stella.
Rosa.
Yeah, man. Blueberry Stella Rosa.
Rosa.
Yeah, that's what I was drinking.
You imagine that ass whipping you gonna tote?
Yeah.
That is toting the ass whipping.
Hey, y'all, this nigga said he was drinking Blueberry Stella Rosa.
They gonna line up. Me
Oh, this gonna be fun. This gonna be a real good time.
Yeah.
Crazy word.
Yo. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Guess who's back? If you are in the building, we're about to have us a good time. Audience is a little robust. It's been a while for you.
There's a little start.
Yo, it's Cliqu'd the podcast. I'm your boy, Jive English. We are back in the building. We're about to have a dope conversation, man. We got some newbies, and we got some oldies with goodies, and we got some, you know what I'm saying? We got some talk. It's not all about relationship radio. You know, I don't want y'all be thinking we always just talking about how, you know, men ain't shit and women are shittier. No, we're about to have a dope conversation about hip-hop. And how hip-hop ain't shit. So,
Oh, man.
yeah, we about to have a conversation, man. Yeah, man. First, right now, man, keep your hands together. The king is back holding court, man. The king is in the building.
Niner.
Please. Thank you. Welcome, guest. I think it's like a second or third time back. Shadira Fowler's in the building. Dope.
I think it's three. I think it's a three.
Third. Yes,
I think it's
three.
three.
Yeah.
I can't count.
It might be five. I think she's been here a couple times. I wasn't.
No. She hasn't been there that many times.
I mean,
no. It's not been that many
okay, we'll go with the three-peat.
Yeah, we'll go to three peats. Fair enough.
Kobe.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
The coldest DJ ever. They don't make a colder DJ. You know what I'm saying? The AC's not on. He's just in the room. It's that cold. You know what I'm
What's cooler
saying?
than being cool?
Yo, DJ Doc Ock is in the building.
Bomb.
Man.
Hey,
What's up?
man.
Glad to be here, my brother.
Oh my
You know
God, it's
what I'm
Doc Ock. I can't believe it.
Yo, I need you to introduce your mans and them to me, man. One more time, yo.
My brother Hops.
Hops is in the
Quill
building.
Productions.
How y'all doing?
Oh my God.
Bring your mic down, right? Bring your mic down. Down. There, we gotta see your face.
Hops
There
is
you
in the
go.
building. We turned up. It's going crazy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, calm it down. Bring it down, sis. Yeah, we are back in the building, yo, and we're gonna have that talk. We're gonna dive right in it because I expect this is gonna be a robust conversation.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was doing my runs, and I was like, just thinking about stuff, and I wasn't even thinking about the show. I was just thinking, you know what I'm saying? And then when it came to me, you know, I've been listening to what I like to listen to, right? And then I hear what my daughter's listening to. You know what I mean?
It's not the same.
It's
bro.
not the same.
Are you feeling disappointed?
A little bit. It hurts a little bit on the inside. You know what I mean?
Soul crushing.
So, yeah, man.
What part about it for you is disparaging?
I like how you did that. Was very
Disparaging.
Choice of words.
I see what you did there. I feel unsafe.
With the music? Really?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah. She know a little bit too much about drill for my taste.
About drill?
Yeah, and the inner murder workings of said
This is true.
yeah, they know a little bit too much about that, and the quality of the craft. I just want to be honest, man.
It has definitely declined, man.
The quality of the craft ain't craft quality. You know what I'm saying?
And let me just say also, the subject matter is so limited, so basic, so low vibrational, so low frequency.
You know
Intentionally, though.
Yeah, no, they doing it on purpose. It ain't on accident. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like, it's just definitely just like, I just be, I catch myself listening to it, and I catch myself, because she's played it so often, I catch myself knowing some of it.
Does that disappoint you as well?
Yeah, it does. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, it's creeped in. You know what I'm saying? And now I know. I was like, oh yeah, and how was the dude? Ain't that
That's
the
a
dude?
plan all the time, man.
Yeah.
Your brain is designed to, soak up things. So you if you hear it enough, hey, whether it's
By osmosis.
yeah,
I'll play devil's advocate. I'll say this.
Let's see what you got.
I feel like Silk the Shocker existed. Sold a million units, went platinum. All right. Feel like that happened.
Yeah.
I feel like
It shouldn't have happened.
it's like the game's got to evolve. It's not going to be a straight up, you know what I'm saying, upward motion. We still got the pillars that are active. The Drake, the Kendrick, the J. Cole, the people who are using their pens other places. You got Joey Badass coming up, who done wrote for multiple genres and is really igniting, hip hop as a culture and a sport again.
That Joey Badass Ray Vaughn beef.
You know what I'm saying? And even before that, like you had
1999.
right, you got Lupe Fiasco, Mickey Fax, and Royce the 5'9" going at it. You know what I'm saying? In recent years here, it's like it hasn't changed. Like the commercial stuff is just gonna be commercial. It was nice when you had DMX and Hove and Foxy Brown and Eve on the radio and out there doing their thing, but at the end of the day, you always had this other element out there that was like shake your ass, fuck these bitches, get money.
Yeah.
That was always out there. But even as a kid, for me, like the crazy shit was, you had what was that? Kia, My Neck, My Back.
Yeah.
Way over the top, but
You know what
everybody
I'm
was
saying?
loving it. It was
Yeah,
the jam. you know what I mean?
And that was that's precursor to Sexy Red. Trina.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Precursor to Sexy Red. And it's nothing new. It's just something repackaged. Like we're on the upward motion right now. Like
Well, I
you've
would
got
say-
Jid getting some love now. You got a lot of up and coming. Like the flows are more of a thing now. The what's being said is really need like it's like no,
Coming
you're not
back.
you're not really
Content,
saying nothing, nigga.
lyrical
Like
content, yeah.
and I kind of give that credit to what's his name, Playboy Cardi, because he shit on the structure so hard that nobody else can do that now. Like when I listen to his music, anyone else who mumble raps now, it sounds like they're trying to be him. Even if they've been doing their style the whole time, like Gunna and even Future. But Future really like co-signs him, so he gets by on it. But it's
Right.
it's so like
That's an interesting take.
that's all him now. So
please don't.
right? Yeah, I know it hurts. It hurts, don't it?
Because when I first heard that styling, mind you, my hip hop is way back, so way back. So I'd be like, wait a minute, what's that cadence? What is that? And it got in here, and I hated it from the beginning, and it was did it.
And it proliferated the airwaves.
I liked it.
I
first.
liked it at first.
But then they just
They just
brand new artist, same flow.
Right.
Brand new artist, same flow.
Same subject
But-
This
matter
ain't
even.
the same nigga.
But,
Is he writing this?
But that's how it works. That's the life of an art form. There's gonna be ups. There's gonna be downs. There's gonna be circular motion. There's gonna be. That's how it grows.
Mm-hmm.
And in growth, well, I mean,
It's like a spiral. Then.
well, think about
gotta go outward.
yourself. Think about as a human? Are you gonna always be high vibrational? Are you always gonna be?
Hell no.
Sometimes you're gonna be real ratchet.
Hey,
That's a duality, bro.
And it's gonna feel really good.
I'm gonna say,
And-
Martin Luther King Jr. was fucking these hoes too.
And J. Cole said that.
These are facts.
J. Cole said that.
These are all
So,
facts.
you know,
Nah, that's history, man.
That-
I
that
can't
too.
even lie,
That
bro.
too.
Went to
But, you know,
Morehouse. They let us know.
Right. He was getting his. He had to get his.
So let me ask this question. We had a little teaser that we'll open up with. My question
man.
is, given the state of hip hop, what it is, 2 questions came to my mind. Is hip hop a culture? And is hip hop even representative of blackness the way we sort of give it that I want to say
Je ne sais quoi.
we give it that we give it it's
We give it its essence.
we give it its validity.
I mean-
we say hip hop is black culture. It's but is it though?
Let me jump on that, man. Hip hop is a culture, first and foremost. But it has become, when people say hip hop now, if you ask a kid what is hip hop, they're going to refer to the radio, the music. Because to them, that's what it is. It's a genre of music. Because it has become that by definition from the radio, TV, whatever. Hip hop is the music, right? But the culture the hip hop came from back in like the 70s, 80s, when it was everything, the breakdancing, the graffiti, the MCing, you know what I mean, and the DJing. And now there's even more aspects of hip hop, different aspects of the whole culture, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But again, the word has been now used to define just the genre of music. And so this new generation, by the terminology to them, hip hop just means the music they listen to. So yeah, it is a culture, but that has been lost at this point, I think, just from the terminology changing, the usage of it. You know what I
So
mean?
you think the definition of what hip hop is? So what would you say hip hop was? The definition of it as, like, I guess, purest form. Like, what does it mean when you?
Well,
say
yeah,
hip-hop?
definitely the culture. It was the culture, the whole idea of just being that way, being a person that like that kind of music, that live that kind of lifestyle. You know what I mean? That wore your sneakers to match your hat. You know what I mean? Like that whole style. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I would say I don't feel like hip hop is lost. I feel like people know what hip hop is. I feel like the distinguishing thing is, you've got rap, which is one of the facets of hip hop, but a lot of people get lost in the glitz and glamour of being a rapper, and they think that's all hip hop, and it's
And
like
that's
no,
the
no,
hip hop
no.
versus rap.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not really. It's just it's like the military. You know what I'm saying? You've got the Navy and the Marines. The Marines are a department of the Navy. It's like rappers are a department of hip hop. So even like verses, you can't have a verses in what rap's essence is, because its essence is hip hop. You can't extrapolate rap, even if you put it on a pop or a, you know what I'm saying? Rap stands by itself, like it's rap, like it's a element damn near in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
That is that.
So
It
it's
is
like
the element.
yeah, so it's like there's these, the culture is like you got hip hop dance, hip hop DJ, and hip hop rap, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's the hip hop
The
is
aesthetic, the hip hop aesthetic.
yeah, but it's the bravado, it's the confidence, it's the emotional entanglement into self. Whereas all of these other genres have more so become like set in this one place and era, whereas hip hop can be defined over generations. You know, like that's why it's from 70s, 80s, 90s,
Right,
2000s,
right.
2010s, 2020. Like it's whatever you standing out and standing in that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
That's hip hop.
If you're talking about rap versus hip hop, rap is just it has become, like you said, it's an element of hip hop. All of those things are elements. Rap is the monetized arm of the hip hop culture. It's monetized. That's where you make your money.
Well, the industry
That's
took it over.
Well, yeah, the industry took it over because they figured out, oh, we can monetize this.
I will say
and-
the
and-
most monetized thing is the clothing and the style.
Well, yeah,
but the rap would be a second to me. But yeah, I feel
if I'm selling clothes, whatever the brand is, what am I going to use to sell it?
yeah, but you still
You're going to put up your shirt,
but you
what are
making
you
more
gonna,
money
Yeah, of course.
off
you are.
the clothes.
Of course.
That's why it's a second. But I
yeah,
feel
it's-
you.
but those are the
because the commercials, everything.
Those are the
gonna put music.
monetized arms of the hip hop culture. I mean, I don't think there's been any other cultural phenomena or culture in general that's been more monetized than hip hop. I mean,
From the sneakers
from the sneakers
alone.
the sneakers,
sneakers
That part.
alone.
Right, the
Okay.
sneakers,
Back from
clothes,
troops all the way up to
the-
Jordans, dog.
I mean,
That's the clothing, like the
mean-
sneakers alone. Then the jerseys.
Right.
I mean,
And
hip
the
hop-
Niggas ain't wearing throwbacks without hip hop.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And hip hop can sell anything. It sells liquor. It sells
It sells McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It sells McDonald's. It sells
I'm loving it.
it sells
Write the
blunts.
check.
It sells everything.
Hey,
You know.
from blunts to babies.
All of that. All of that.
So
all
what
of
you
that, all of that.
so here's my take back from that. I'm a little pushback. What you guys have mentioned, I don't think is culture. You've mentioned economics, right? If you're talking about a culture, you're really talking about an ecosystem, not an economic structure. What you guys have said is hip hop is one of the greatest vehicles of asset production, and you can definitely make your money. You can sell movie scenes with the right hip hop song. I do
So,
not
Let me just say this.
disagree.
Replace hip hop with black people. And that's why it's black culture. Because hip hop is the vehicle we've traveled on. And it's used in the same way we are.
Hello.
Hola.
So
Welcome,
it
welcome,
sounds
welcome.
like you're saying, and forgive me if I'm wrong. Sounds like you're saying it's interchangeable, which I'm thinking in the same way. It's interchangeable. You could not have You could not have a hip hop culture without your hip hop. The fathers of hip hop, whoever they were, you could not have any of that you have now without those people, and it wouldn't have come from any other culture other than ours.
And that's it.
You know, it's you can call it hip hop. I mean, and when you
In the brown chair.
and when you start to say that, when you start to use a name, the name of a genre interchangeable with a people, then it has to be it has to be culture. It's rooted in culture. So it's rooted in black culture. It's the same as when you talk about soul food.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody thinking about white people, Jewish people,
Yeah.
Hispanic people. When you say soul food,
They think about that gravy and that rice.
You better be thinking about some collard greens and some
Macaroni and
cheese. and
Yep.
Whoever made that potato salad,
Yeah.
better be an old woman with some floppy arms that look like angels,
And it better not be no damn
and
raisins.
it
in
better not be no damn raisins.
Somebody getting stabbed if it's raisins in it.
It's on site.
Nigga.
But I mean, to be honest, I ain't never seen no potato salad with raisins in it, and I hope that if you have,
You got to go to a what do they call it? Called a potluck. I think is it a potluck?
yeah. But
I think that's the white term.
I've been to white potluck.
What'd you say? I think it was a white term.
I've been to
Is it? I feel like it's another
Yeah,
term,
no,
but I feel
I
like
heard
it's
of potluck
potluck.
before.
It is a
Yeah,
potluck.
it's a potluck?
It's a potluck.
Okay.
I've been in many potlucks. I ain't never seen no potato salad with no raisins in it. I'm not saying it don't happen. I just ain't seen it. Now, if somebody saw it, hey, okay. But I digress. Back to the hip hop culture. It cannot be a hip hop culture without a black people. It cannot.
So, do
be.
you think hip hop represents blackness since it's synonymous with it? Do you think it represents it accurately?
No.
No.
Oh, the mic.
No, I do not.
A little closer.
No.
Hell to the nah.
Why do you not?
At all.
Because what is represented in popular culture?
First of all, this is Sia Carter, y'all. Let me go ahead and give her flowers. She done came in.
Oh my God, it's Sia Carter! I can't believe it.
She is a colleague. We are on Hot 2100 Savannah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a warrior and a member of a team. I'm Christ-like. I don't know what y'all talking about.
She right. She don't know what I'm talking about.
Bless you. Let him use
It
you.
got real
My
quiet.
God, my God. Hip hop, it's not representative of black culture. It's representative of popular culture. If you go to a concert and you pay $500 for a ticket, it's gonna be you and white people.
I would just say, just because they're consumers. White people. It's ironic because white people are the biggest consumers of black culture
Why? Answer that question.
because they love us.
Why? Answer that question.
Because they love us.
They praise their deplorables. We hate ourselves because we hate ourselves. They love Honey Boo Boo. Go off, sexy. Fuck you, man. Get it sexy.
I mean, look, I'll say this. I feel like it is representative of black culture.
How?
As a whole, the commercial structure, no commercial brand of music is representative of any culture.
So what is cracker culture?
If you go off the brand of music, it's cutting themselves because of emo music.
No, sir.
It's working in working in the field sipping Budweisers
No,
with
sir.
their horses because
No,
of country.
sir. No, sir.
Or it's
No, sir, that's not cracker culture. No,
or it's,
sir.
what
No,
is it?
sir. Niggas
haven't
learn
you
how to
people
be
ever
niggas
heard of-
from crackers? Niggers learn
Wild.
how to be niggers
From crackers.
from crackers. All of that,
Break that down, break that down.
All that, I die about respect. All that, bitches ain't shit. Oh, that's cracker culture. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop.
Drops the mic.
like I said, that's commercial hip hop.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
not
hip hop as a whole.
Hip hop started out in the
We're
heart.
talking like
now
from,
everybody's trying
we're
to
talking
chart.
from
Don't
Lupe
do it.
Fiasco to Chief Keef is representative of black culture.
Right.
Because regardless of how you feel,
Right, and you
that
representative
fuck
of black culture.
bitches
Well,
and all
if
that
you
shit
want to say
is
that,
in
Talking
black
about
culture.
shit black people do.
That's
but,
it.
but if you want to say
Landon,
that,
Landon
then you're
with the boat
representative of black
shoes,
culture. I'm
Landon with the boat
representative
shoes
of
isn't
black
saying that
culture.
without Chief Keef dropping.
Right, but
That's
if you
all I'm
want to
saying.
say that, then you're representative of black culture. I'm representative of black culture. The crackheads on the street is representative of black culture. And what's the fucking black Supreme Court judge
Ketanji Jackson?
She
Yeah.
black culture too.
And
So
all
what
of
we
the above
talking
are
about?
true.
Yeah. That's it.
Right. So if you want to be a nigger, ignorant nigga, that's she. But that's not hip hop.
I mean, I really think it's because it seems like the conversation is trying to stick hip hop to one part of a whole circle. Like we got, like you said earlier, we got ratchet, we got sophisticated hip hop, we got hip hop that's just like maybe I'm part-time ratchet, maybe I'm not. I mean, it all makes up the different levels of black culture. Because I mean,
Why
we do
don't we celebrate our deplorables?
I mean, we don't celebrate as far as our deplorables. What, the good of our culture?
No,
Or
no, no.
you
The
talking about the bad?
deplorable.
I mean, we do though.
Why do we celebrate the bad?
No.
Or-
Why don't we? See, he's gonna say we do because people like Future. I'm gonna
No, not Future.
Oh, well, whoever.
R.
A
Kelly,
fuck
Michael
nigga.
Jackson.
I want you to
Fuck
can you
I
break down
mean-
the deplorables for me?
You think Michael Jackson is a
Can you break down
deplorable?
that for me?
If
No,
I
I
mean,
don't.
if we look at, I'm not saying I think he did it.
Oh,
But-
okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? If he on that's a hit. You know what I'm saying? He went to court.
Excuse me, may I explain?
Which who did it? Which who?
Oh,
You said who? You said I don't think
I'm not
he did
feeling
it.
Michael.
And
I'm not
like,
feeling
which,
Michael
Which
Jackson.
did it?
But
R.
I
Kelly
don't
did
feel
it.
like
Michael
he-
did it.
what he
oh no, Michael.
did what
I'm
P.
sorry.
Diddy
R.
did
Kelly
it.
did it.
Who
P.
did
Diddy
it?
did it. All
P.
right,
Diddy and
we
Kelly
knocking
is
all
in
those
their own
out.
Shit.
Which did it? Did it?
But
So-
we
so,
celebrate those. P. Diddy, Trey Songz, Chris Brown, like
Yeah. But
Bobby
Bill
Brown.
Cosby.
I don't think. I think
James Brown.
What I
Yeah,
think
but
you.
Bill Cosby, if you come to my house
Bill
and tell me
Cosby,
you
too.
want some drugs and I give it to you, that's your fault. And that's how Nancy feel. But that's just Nancy.
I felt like that too. If
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
you walked in the house.
Bitch, if you take tranquilizers, that's on you, ho. That's
right,
not on me.
right.
Bitch.
You walked in the house and the man put a pill on the table and he said, "Look."
But that's not even what that white bitch said. That white bitch said, I asked for it and he gave it to me.
Right, but I'm talking about the one that got him.
Okay, so
The one that got him hemmed up was he put the pill on the table and said, "Now this is gonna make you feel good and this is gonna relax you." And she took both.
And
Now-
Jello pudding. And
Wait a
Jello
minute.
pudding happened
Wait-
to that
wait a
bitch.
minute.
And that's that bitch fault.
Wait a
So
minute.
okay,
I'm
so
not
I
saying-
don't want to.
Why
I don't
we
want to.
celebrate-
Hold on,
We
hold
gotta
on.
think.
why we celebrate
We
our
gotta think.
demise?
we do.
No.
When that Bill Cosby rap album
what
would
I'm
be good.
trying to say,
Hold on.
What
We
I'm
got too
trying
many
to
people
say
talking.
is-
Hold on.
What I'm trying to say is there was just a bitch Shiloh. She got paid over $500,000 for calling a little boy a nigga. White people celebrate their deplorables. They celebrate the worst among them. Honey Boo Boo get a show. Bad Bunny is somebody. But every time a nigga say oops, we gotta point our finger down. Just stop talking about them ignorant ass niggas. They'll go away.
I mean, I think it's because a part of our culture, whether we want to say it or not, is shame.
Yeah, self-hate
Shame is
and
a part of
shame.
our thing.
Exactly. I don't put it on us. Shame is the biggest tool of white supremacy. Go off, nigga.
Like, it might be, but even when you start going back into our culture, like besides just
What
white
is
people,
our culture? We don't have one.
technically we did have
That's
one.
crazy.
It might have got lost along the areas based on
Yeah,
different
that's
things
wild. We
that,
don't have a
like,
culture. We are
Yeah,
culture.
we got
yo.
soul food. We got soul food. We got soul food.
Okay, so
and
check it
we
out.
got
Hold on.
music.
Wildin'.
Shorty.
I mean, I could be wilding, but at the same time, what is the family unit? Y'all want to talk about music and go off about everybody getting in our music. Y'all want to talk about soul food and who claims black and what people say. But what about the family unit?
I mean, it's not a lot of us out there as far as that have family units that's being promoted.
Correct.
But
So
it's
what
still
is the
there.
culture?
We
Oh,
technically still have
Hold
a
up,
culture.
simmer
It might
down,
not be
simmer
that-
down.
I'ma say this.
You gotta let everybody like finish their thoughts.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna-
I feel like y'all are succumbing to propaganda because the family unit is still plenty strong.
I don't
Okay.
believe that.
Word.
Nah, I don't
don't-
believe.
I
I
don't
see it.
agree.
I know you
I
don't.
don't think it's
I
mass
I know you don't.
promoted.
because
But it's still there.
because first of all, facts are facts, right? And it's when we look at the diaspora and how it's affected us, we can't go, oh, we've been affected, but in any measurable metric, no, we're just fine.
Correct.
Our families are dissected.
Especially African
our
Americans.
our economic system is in shambles. You can't say we have a problem and then at every corner go, oh, no, we're fine here. We're fine here. You know what I'm saying? If shame is a problem, then pride is a problem.
Correct.
And you're not going to fix anything in pride.
That's it.
You're going to preserve it in pride.
I feel
If
like
we have a problem in our communities, we have to be able to say there's a problem in our communities.
Right. And art,
But
hip hop
you-
is art. Art reflects life. So we're not going to get any different music or any different nothing till life change.
The thing is,
That's a bar.
But do y'all do understand there are upper class rappers who enter the game as upper class rappers who even become songwriters. So you don't hear a lot from them because they're songwriters. And then there's the lower class rappers who just produce the drill music who they put money behind, buy insurance policies and all this shit. And for me to speak on the upper class rappers, I shouldn't have to also speak on the lower class rappers.
Why? You're
Hold
speaking
on
on
to
hip-hop.
say to my point, to your point, I shouldn't have to speak on the problems to speak on the good. Whenever you bring up a problem that I think is like, hold on, the family unit isn't shattered like the news and white people keep saying it is. Like, oh, 1 in 3 kids is from a broken home. No. Or these black kids is out here starving. No, it's actually a lot of these white kids that's on food stamps and SNAP benefits.
So, bro, why is
It's
hip-hop bad?
actually, what?
Why is hip-hop detrimental?
I'm not saying it's detrimental.
All right.
Yeah, I never said it was detrimental.
Keep going.
But there's so much propaganda out there that's like, now it's like hip hop is just drill music. It's just trap. It's not just trap. You know what I'm saying? Even in my era, it was like hip hop is T.I., Jeezy, and OJ the Juice Man and
Kwame.
Gucci. Right? And that's it. No. But
Variations on the theme.
Right.
But now it got so limited, or the subject matter got so
commercially, but
Word.
there's always been like, the thing now is these kids don't have mixtape sites. They just got Spotify, so they can search through Spotify and find some like mixtapes or whatever. But we had everyone from Lupe to them franchise boys. You know what I'm saying? These little niggas only have the radio and Spotify because they took Spinrilla and That Piff down, and nobody's able to rap on beats like they used to back in our day.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're singing for something, you won't fall for anything. Music is entertainment.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
what you got going on over there,
I don't know,
It's
man.
okay. It's
What
okay.
I really listen to.
That was. Hold on. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No,
What
no,
was that?
No, I don't know. It was a commercial for real.
Nah, that was his playlist, dog. That
was a commercial.
straight out his playlist, dog.
All right, bro. Out of nowhere, a commercial. You're wildin'. We find out you got Cyndi Lauper.
I don't even know who that is.
That was next.
All
That
right.
was
Now,
next,
look,
dog.
now, look, I'm a little older,
wait,
so if
wait.
Eric Clapton had came on, I'd own that.
that's okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'd
And
own that.
And there's nothing wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing
I'd have
wrong.
owned it. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
nothing wrong with Cyndi Lauper.
He's getting cooked.
On a different kind of day.
Yeah.
You know, you may need to listen to a little Cyndi Lauper.
And
I
he's
don't
like,
know.
look, he's like, it may be okay
don't
for
know.
you, but for Jive, no.
Right.
No, but so
they expect no diversity from you. Bro.
No, right.
You're supposed to be.
not to do with the Scully and the do rag.
It's neo soul and hip hop.
You
That's
can't,
it.
you can't
Some
be Scully and
R&B.
do rag with nothing else. You typecasted yourself. Is what you did.
You cannot
You're
have,
Jamal in every Tyler Perry movie.
You cannot
I
have.
have a brother named Jamal.
no. Me too. I have a brother named Jamal. Yeah.
I have a brother named. Hey, he's probably watching this.
No, he died.
You cannot.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. God damn.
She dropped the bomb.
Brutal. Yo. Okay, so let's do this.
You cannot be you cannot have layers.
No. I'm flat.
You're a monolith.
Yeah. That's
That's
it.
it.
And a dinosaur, same time.
Yeah.
Well, I listen to Janis Joplin.
I mean, but
Nothing
you were
wrong
also
with that.
you also like an '80s
like
baby,
her.
so that's different.
That's it.
But no,
wrong
so
with
to the point, I think I want to extrapolate something from what she was saying. In my understanding of what culture is a lot bigger than just what you wear and just what you listen to.
Correct.
Agreed.
You know, culture is your foods.
Agreed.
Culture is your textiles. Culture is your rituals. Culture is
Your
Beliefs and
language.
ideals.
yeah. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
language, your belief.
Right. So
That's what
there's
culture is.
does
Yeah.
culture? I mean, does hip hop? Is hip hop
Is-
a place of ritual? It is you know what I'm saying? It does a really great thing in the oral tradition, especially in the diaspora. The way we've taken that oral tradition and reinvented it, but is it culture in all of the measurable metrics of which you understand culture to be? Is it religious? Is it?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Because
Please
yeah.
explain.
even though we are bombarded by this bullshit daily on the radio, the industry's pushing it, putting money behind it, promoting it, right? That still doesn't mean that's all there is. That's what's getting pushed the hardest. That's what's in the forefront. But like when I put on hip hop, I'm not listening to that shit that's on the radio. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But there's still cats that know that's putting out shit like Tech Nine just dropped a project.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not getting the radio play or promotion that this bullshit is getting.
But that don't mean it's not hip hop.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point.
But I'm here to fight for the deplorables. How about
I love it. I love that.
Crazy. But even they hip hop too though.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. They hip hop too. But I want to be clear. I'm not
What's
saying
wrong with
hip
these
hop.
hoes talking about their hoe ass life? Let them make their hoe ass money with their hoe ass.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Somebody like it. Somebody love
No,
it.
that's
you know
what
what I mean?
I like bitches.
Yeah, that's hip hop.
I just, what the fuck?
You can't have one without the other. You can't have tip drill without the response.
Okay, and
know
y'all
what I'm
like
saying?
it too. Just
So-
don't do us.
Oh, I need Meg. I need all that.
I mean, we
Okay,
said,
so don't do us.
But-
Celebrate us like honey boo boo.
we
Exactly.
said that
It's my
before.
heart.
You know, look, everything has layers. You know, everything has a.
What is that?
There's
That's
gonna
my phone.
there's gonna be a ratchet side. There's gonna be a, you know, there's gonna be
A sophisticated.
sophisticated side. My wife, who's a spiritualist, will say you're gonna have a shadow side.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a light side.
Yes.
And they both must have their day. You have to let
Yes.
your shadow side out.
Yes. And
You
white
have to let
supremacy will keep
your
eating us if
you
we
have
don't
to
do
let
that.
your light side out. Sometimes, you know, if you get into the spiritual aspect, you are a vessel.
Yeah.
Sometimes that shadow side gets to drive the bus,
And it got to.
and it got to.
beat their
It
ass.
has to.
Kanye West.
Do you understand?
and you have to have that light side to make things get right.
Chance
their ass.
Chance the Rapper.
Exactly.
Beat their ass.
Or whoever your
Hold up, wait a minute.
wow.
Chance.
Okay, whoever your light side
Chance
is.
is the light side.
My light side is
Afterwards, Chance was. Come on now, Chance on
No, no.
acid. Or
That
which
is
one? Which
that
Chance we
is
talking about
Chance
here?
of foregone past.
Nah,
You know
You
exactly
gotta
what Chance
bring
I'm
in
talking
all
about.
of Chance.
again,
Hold on, don't try to just.
but again-
This nigga
Nah,
dropped. You
man.
talking
Again-
mixtape? What was this album? Coloring Book.
But
That's because
okay.
he was trying to get right to win that Grammy. Let's not do
but-
that.
Come on, man.
Let's
But
not do
He
that.
was on there
but-
like, what was it? How
Come on, we
great
don't
is
do
my
the
God?
same drugs no more. Nah, man, that was
But-
for him to
but
get that
whatever-
Grammy, like they
My
said.
God.
But whatever that is,
How
whatever that is,
My God.
he's a human, so he gets to have a human experience. Now that human experience is
Yeah.
going to be both light, both dark. Wherever you end up at the end of the day, that's where you end up. That's where you are, huh?
Is that what you? Oh, I thought that's my fault. I thought you was somebody else because there's somebody else supposed to be coming here. So, I thought it was you.
If that's
Hey,
where you
well,
end
hey.
up, if that's where
Put your phone up. You're in
Right.
timeout.
wow.
And you put your phone up because you done turned it off. You on time.
That's crazy. All right, wrap that shit up.
Turn it over.
I don't want to see the screen.
Right, turn that over.
It's the-
But wherever you end up at the end of the day, that's where you are, and that's who you are for right now. You know, so you know, I'm a writer. I write poetry. I write books.
Yeah.
You know, novels. But I will be the first to tell you, and my wife, who knows me better than anyone, will be the first to tell you. That nigga's shadow side right there is something else. It is something else. And she has seen it all.
Is it important to you?
That she sees it all.
No, your shadow side. Is it important to you?
It's important to me, but it's important. She will tell you it's important to all of us.
Yeah, it's a part of you.
It's a part of you. You cannot be, you know.
Can't be stuffing that nigga down.
Well,
He gonna
can't
pop
be,
out
well, right. You cannot be. You cannot
Pop
be.
a MAGA
Show
hat.
niggas.
and show niggas in a MAGA hat. There we go.
So let's go back. Let's go back
she
to
will
the
tell you
original
all
question.
the time. She will tell you all the time. You cannot be 3/5 of a person at all.
So let's go back to the original question. Why do they copy off us? Because it's hot. You know why when Sexy Red say, shake that ass, bitch, and 3,000 million billion white bitches say, shake that ass, bitch, let them copy. You know who finna be mad? They daddy, they uncle.
I got to do the finger tint to answer this. I got you. To answer this, we must go back in time.
Hate me, because I'm a motherfucker.
So the first American creation, okay, was ragtime music. That shit, the ice cream, the ice cream
for
truck.
clarification. The first American creation of what? What do you? What
So,
exactly?
I'll put it like this: the first American creation that went international. The first thing
what?
that
Of
really,
music?
no, period. This was 1700s. This was right after America became a country.
So this
Okay.
this is before they even acknowledged you was here.
No. Niggas was always here.
Yeah, but they don't acknowledge that. So,
They got to. It's in the history. They got paintings. They got paintings of a well-dressed black man, a Moor, right next to George Washington on the horse.
Right.
And he's not in any slave attire.
Right.
There's nothing. He's got gold
But
and
George
everything.
Washington thought
And he's
that you was
black.
3/5 of a man.
No, he thought the niggas from Africa was 3/5 of the man because
What makes
they
you
came on the
think
boat.
Jesus Christ and dun. What makes you think that
Let me-
George
let me
Washington
let me just
thought
say
that
this.
you,
Let
as
me-
an Aboriginal American, were any different than an African nigga?
Because them niggas have money.
No, no. Back then,
Back then, all that mattered
back
was that
then-
you were white and they landowner.
no,
The poor whites were shit too.
no.
And
Back
that's what
then,
they don't
Africans
acknowledge.
wasn't poor though.
No, the ones that was over here was poor.
Yeah, the ones that got stolen.
Was poor.
Africans
Yeah.
wasn't poor.
They didn't take all of them niggas and
So-
the
so
whole
wait, so
continent.
wait.
was in his-
Right.
Wait,
And
wait.
Mansa
So
Musa
let me
was
just-
still
let me
alive
just
when
say
they
this.
started taking niggas.
Let me say this.
Niggas was rich.
In the ragtime music was the first American creation.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go
Is
back.
it you good? So whenever you heard that, dun, 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 it's like the ice cream truck plays it all the time. Yeah, that was I think Scott Joplin, if I'm not mistaken, black man made that.
Well, Scott
Then,
Joplin came in the late 19th century. That's
I might be thinking somebody else, but
Scott Joplin was-
what's that? It's something rag.
ragtime.
It's something rag. I can't remember.
Came before jazz.
Yeah, exactly.
Ragtime-
Right,
And that's
'cause I- 'cause
that's
I'm
the point
waiting
I'm
to
making.
bring up
Person who is
So-
the person who is credited with inventing ragtime or what eventually became jazz music was Scott Joplin.
Yes.
He's a black
Okay.
man. Now that is,
is that
that, and that is the first American art form that is truly completely American. That music. But that music comes from
Black.
African music. If you check the beats that came that those drummers, those ragtime drummers used and those jazz drummers used, all of those are African.
But this is the
origin.
point. No, that's 100%. But what changes it and how they classify it is the instruments that are being used. So this is after, even though it's in the 1700s when this happened, because it's still early. Ragtime music had its time. Then jazz came around because the only thing that cemented jazz music was white artists. So what happened was black
They made it
artists
popular. They made them pop.
cemented it, like made it a thing. Because before it was just black people going places playing music because they were flying people like niggas out to France and all these places, but they didn't have any records pressed up.
So
I got you.
So
I got
are
you.
we saying that in order to solidify blackness, white people have to
No.
accept it?
That's not what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Whenever you have any type of music, if I've just performed the music,
Yeah.
in 5 years, are you gonna be able to pull that up?
Yes.
No. Without any internet, without anything.
Oh, not without the internet.
Okay,
Because I
there's
made
no
songs
medium.
5 years ago. You definitely can
Right?
pull
There's
them
no
bitches
medium.
up. I just-
That's what jazz was.
No.
Whenever they say hop on the bandwagon,
No.
they literally used
No,
to
I'm
just.
from New York. My
I
aunties
literally-
and my daddy sang and played.
We're
at the
talking
Cotton
New
Club.
Orleans.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it traveled
So it's
from
a
New
different-
Orleans up to New
Right,
York.
so it's
okay.
the difference. Chicken
But
certainly.
hear me out.
But I'm
Hear me
telling
out.
you, be
Whenever they
proud
talk
of
about-
what black is on that
I'm
chicken
not
certainly.
saying I'm not
because
proud.
white people in the north
Look,
bow to us.
here's
it's
what I'm
different
saying,
down here, but y'all need to be proud of yourself.
Whenever black people were going and playing that music, there's no way to pull that back up.
Yes,
all
it
those
is.
notes,
Yes,
there's
it is.
all is lost.
I want you to go
Whenever
on
they
Google,
started pressing up
and I
records, they
want
wouldn't
you to
let black people
Google.
record it.
I want you to Google
wait,
the Cotton Club.
check it out.
You can, I can go back and find my daddy albums from 1970 fucking.
But with the point that he's trying to make, and I get it, right? Before there was a market for that, that's what he's saying. Before there was a market for that, the only way you heard the music is it had to travel. That was the only way. And once that music left, it was gone. They weren't always pressing our music. They weren't always even pressing music.
But they loved that shit.
So the idea that he's saying,
is what y'all not understand that what I'm saying. Y'all are only concentrated on the American market. That's the same reason why niggas who play basketball real good in high school go to Europe and play basketball. Is the same reason why.
but there's
went across the sea with jazz. Fuck what they doing.
But the point is there's a historical context that he's trying to build, like a foundation.
Right, and if we keep going with this historical context, we ain't shit and they great. They praise they
That's
deplorables.
not at all.
No, you gotta let him. You gotta let him get it out.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
Yeah. Go. Please finish.
I don't think that's what he was saying.
This man, that's crazy. Nah.
Yo, you Liddy in the city. Let me just.
I'm saying we're great, and they love that shit. That's why everything we do, they copy. Every genre of music was black before they came in. It was like, no, I want that. The clothes, no, I want that. Right. These niggas is rocking afros.
Right.
They go and put chemicals in their hair to have what we have naturally. They love us.
I said that.
I think it's he who has the gold makes the rules, and that's the problem. We didn't have any gold. We ain't have no way to market ourselves. So for them, they took that and they wrote history how they wanted it. They marketed us how they wanted it. So they made it theirs, even though they know it wasn't theirs.
The
it was
conqueror
ours.
always makes history. The conqueror.
So all we got is a narrative.
Well, the conqueror. Well, a narrative is fine. Black culture, African culture, is based on narrative. It is there are if you take African traditional religion and you say, where's your Bible? Where's your this? Where's your that? It's completely word of mouth.
Or translations.
And it's a completely oral tradition.
Yes, sir.
You don't need a written or cuneiform anything to have a culture.
Yes, sir.
You don't need any of that. All you need
That's the white
is the memory.
Yes.
You know, they in Africa, you go to certain tribes, they have griots that they remember the entire history of a people.
Yes.
And they do that, and they pass that down from generation to generation to generation.
But our
to generation.
confusion is purpose.
Now,
we are purposely confused.
Well, we are purposely confused. That may be true, but that's because we were ripped away from our culture.
That's just the country.
And we live apart.
Everybody.
Okay, so let me. I want to move this along a little bit. So, yes, sure, but and that's cool and everything. Historically, all of those things happen, and other forms of blackness, Africanness, that surely happens. But we're talking about here, right? And here, we're too ageist to have an oral tradition.
True.
We don't even listen to old people. You know what I'm saying?
Youth is wasted on the young.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's not necessarily. But
I don't agree with that. If we want to talk about youth is wasted on the young, I can get in that to that too.
So
there's a reason why the young people don't respect these old motherfuckers.
I mean, yeah, because just to let me go in, our culture, it went backwards. We don't venerate age, we venerate youth.
That's it.
So everybody wants to be 16 years old for the rest of their life.
Correct, Jesus.
So everybody is trying to find that wherever they were at their hottest and their finest and their baddest and the most whatever they are, and then stay there. So now you have a culture that is stuck in a thing. So now if we had the veneration of age and time and wisdom, the oral tradition would be perfect, and hip hop would be a amazing representative of what that is, but it's not. It's representative of 16 to 25, whatever 16 to 25 is at that point in time. And it just moves throughout time. And everything that moves out of the scope of 16 to 25 moves out of the scope of our history.
All right, Job.
So
we got 15-year-olds moving to the 16 to 25-year-olds. We got 50-year-olds, excuse me. We got 50-year-olds that's moving the 60 to 25-year-olds.
Right, but why? And because if we're ageist and we're veteran youth, everybody's trying to find their way back into relevance. You know what I'm saying? So if the only way I'm relevant...
I'm 36 years old.
Okay.
When do us as adults say, okay, no matter what little kids is doing, cool for me is this?
Anybody?
I mean,
I think that's. Oh, go ahead, Shadira.
Thank you. When you actually bring back the relevancy of having these elders, then I think that would actually happen. But the problem is when you take it even back to like the days of like civil rights moments, most of our older people, 25 and up, they was getting murked and moved out the way.
Yeah.
So of course you got the 16 to 25-year-olds that make the most out of it because they're literally the people that are supposed to be the next up in the group, in the line. So whatever they say pretty much is going to be leading to the next like scope of when we get older. Are we still going to be cool? Are we still going to be monitored and looked at? But we don't have that simply because here it's like that popcorn culture.
May I push back?
I mean, if you want.
Okay. I understand that, maybe the older culture from Gen A and Gen Z. I am a millennial, so I understand maybe I'm not doing my part. I know my parents' generation, the boomers and shit, wasn't doing their part. You know what I'm saying? But
Still ain't.
Right.
Still screwing us over.
Right. But what Nisi is saying...
Wait, pause. Before we go a step further. How?
How what?
How are your elders screwing you over?
Okay,
Boomers?
wait.
The boomers. Yeah,
Let me
please.
start. Let me
because
start. And I'm gonna start.
Because these boomers are the same ones that were doing the march, and they were the same ones that were doing the getting shot. They were the same ones doing the fire hydrants. But somehow they are.
And they were the same ones that when the government killed MLK and the government started attacking freedom fighters like Frederick Hampton and stuff in the 70s, the government told our church, which as African Americans, we don't have an embassy and shit we can go to.
Okay, I like that.
All we got is our church. That is what put on the civil rights movement. That is our institution. And they told our church, if you keep talking about goddamn politics, you won't get a goddamn a tax credit. So we got Rush Limbaugh, but my preacher is scared to talk about politics.
I mean, I don't disagree, but what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? There is this, especially from millennials and Gen Z and all that. There's this rush to say our history is just full of people who passed down their trauma.
Because they don't know
I need
shit.
you to understand
Kanye West himself said that slavery was a choice when we know for a fact we fought them people the whole time. These people don't know shit. Forgive them and fight.
I'm not going to say...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead, Darren.
I'm not going to say that there wasn't some good in the boomers. I'm going to say that once the boomers got what they wanted and they worked hard to make their situation and maybe even their kids' situation a little bit better, once they really started getting older and noticing that, oh, I'm really going to be living, I'm going to be doing this, they took it upon themselves to use them same things they was fighting in their youth to make themselves comfortable to where they didn't care whether or not.
Yes, but the government spooked them as well. The government spooked them.
They were spooked as well.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
I won't even say that, Shadira. Honestly, y'all are thinking boomers is just black boomers.
Oh no,
And
I
it's
mean
not.
all boomers.
Okay,
like the white
okay,
ones
okay,
are really
okay.
selfish.
Those
No,
people
Donis,
that
Donis,
were
Donis.
fighting against civil rights were baby boomers as well.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of them hold public office.
And
they've
I blame
made
them
a
the
lot
same
of
way
the
as I
laws.
say
And
black
a lot of
people.
the situations that we're in now as an entire country are because of baby boomers.
Okay,
Donald
so
Trump,
we're
baby
blaming
boomer.
Okay, so
all
my-
of the
We
people.
are sitting in the mess that baby boomers made. When we're talking about baby boomers, we're talking about the people that came back from war, had
But
kids.
here's my because I still want to stay,
Those
I still want to stay
kids-
lineal to the point of topic. So when we're having a
boom.
conversation about black music, hip hop, I'm creating a framework around blackness.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
So-
let me
so when we're
respond to
talking
that with
about-
blackness.
But when we say
please,
fuck
can I
boomers, that's
respond
what
to
we're
you
saying.
with blackness?
All
when
the
when
ones that
boomers
fucked it
came
up,
back
they're
from
the ones.
Vietnam and they got the
It was
VA,
World War II.
World War II, whatever you want to
draft.
say.
Yeah,
when
World
they
War
came
II,
back
40s.
and they got the benefits that I'm getting, like right now I have VA benefits and shit. Black people didn't get that. White people did. Black people didn't.
So here's the thing, because there was a blackness before hip hop,
Yeah.
right? So when did blackness become the unilateral voice of blackness in its experience?
When did hip hop become the unilateral voice of blackness? Is that
Yeah.
what you're asking?
Yes, sir.
When dumb niggas
I don't.
let it.
I don't. When
I was gonna say I don't
know-
think it ever has.
I don't
Not
know-
for the
I don't-
not
I
for
don't
the
think
not for the
it-
I
masses.
don't speak
Right.
for
But
us.
so-
you a
so-
dumb nigga.
Not we're not saying
I don't-
unilateral.
I don't think it is the unilateral voice of
Okay.
blackness. Blackness, when you watch the news and people and you see a black man say we are not monolithic, they like to say that when they vote for Trump. But I hear a lot of that when they vote for Trump.
Right, but
the truth is we are not monolithic.
right.
We are a layered, multifaceted people. Even in America's ageist culture. America itself is an ageist society.
Not just
Not just black people. We as an American, black, white, other, if you were born in America, if you can, and you are and you
Ooh, doggy.
and if you have adopted the American ethos, then you're
Racist.
going to be
Yeah,
I'm not that racist.
I say that all the
open up a whole can of worms.
Nancy said it, y'all
but
didn't say
even
it.
before that, you're ageist. Even before that, even before you're racist, you're ageist.
May I ask you a question? Why are they ageist against Biden and not Trump?
Because he's super old.
Well,
That nigga was frail.
well,
and I hate Trump, but that nigga was frail.
well.
Okay.
First of all, I don't know how frail he was. He's only
He looked like the preacher from Poltergeist.
I can't judge him because he didn't age well.
But that was the
But
question.
not the judge.
But
Yes.
wait, the man is only 3 years older than Trump. And if you have watched Trump lately,
100%.
if you have watched
yeah.
Trump lately,
Oh, he's on the
the
decline.
man is he is definitely
He's on the mental
I
decline.
just needed that to be said because that nigga retarded.
He's
That's all
on
I
a
just
further
needed.
and he's on a further and faster decline
And not
than
just that.
Biden was.
Just,
But,
not
okay,
just that
so-
he's
now,
declining.
hold
The
on,
nigga retarded
hold
and
on,
declining.
hold on.
I just want
But-
So, here's the thing. To your point, I want to get to your point.
We watched Biden fall 3 times.
Yeah, but Biden.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Biden.
we watched Biden fall 3 times,
That nigga
but I'm a
fell
New
3
Yorker. I grew up with Trump. That nigga retarded,
No,
and we
he
can
is.
go
So,
ball
I mean,
for ball.
I didn't vote for him.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
This
The
ain't my
truth
problem.
is, the only difference between Trump and Biden is Trump is more insulated from, you know what I'm saying, from that critique. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're on the decline. Yeah, they're old and white. But again, to get back to the
The only
thing.
difference between Trump and
and the
Biden
framework.
is we would have
Can we
had
get back to the
rights
framework?
with
Yeah,
the
so-
Democrats, and we don't, and we're gonna get in a bunch of wars, and my battle buddies are gonna die.
I mean, that's just the way
I mean,
crumbling empires do.
Yep.
But to your point, yeah, we're ageist. But first of all, before we're anything, we're a capitalist country. That's what all this is,
Money,
right?
money, money. money.
So before anything, because age doesn't sell, youth sells. You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
you know whiteness doesn't sell, black sells. So we're capitalists before we're any other thing.
Black sells,
So
but white
say-
is cool.
So being black, so like being racist, like looking for capitalism to save you from racism is like looking for Senator Palpatine to save you from Darth Vader. He made him. That's
So
it.
what
You know what I'm saying?
so what saves
that make
us
sense?
in America?
That's actually what Star Wars
So
was.
what saves us in
That's a good ass
America?
analogy, bro.
So what saves us in
That's
America?
actually what Star Wars was.
So what? See, this is what I don't like. It's a lot of laughing about problems, but it's not a lot
It
of
is basically
solutions.
racism.
We don't love solutions. The solution is confidence.
Well, so here's
That's
the
why I
thing.
laugh, because I got confidence.
So here's the thing,
But
right?
don't hate.
I don't hate.
Love everybody.
so
Because
if-
they
I
got confidence.
if a thing has been corrupted, right? So here's where I want to get to. If a thing has been corrupted, and by that I mean co-opted, and by that I mean commercialized, right? Repackaged and sold back to you. You know what I'm saying? Can that be still representative of your culture? And let me finish. Can you sell me a 2x4? Can you cut down a forest and sell me a field full of 2x4s and call it a forest?
No.
Is that representative of a forest? Is it been cut down, reprocessed, and then put right back where it is?
If you're
Is that the
going
thing
to
anymore?
buy it, yeah.
I feel like you're looking at it in a
Well,
weird way.
if you take it, if
you gonna buy it.
if you're looking at it, and if you're looking at it from the standpoint of a commodity, which America is about the commodity,
Yes.
then a thing is whatever I say it is,
Correct.
and whatever you allow me to
The
say
narrative.
it is.
The narrative.
If you allow that narrative, then yeah, my field of 8,000 2x4s is a forest.
I've got a
Because I
billion.
said it
I've got a
was.
billion
It-
2x4s.
Exactly.
They're stacked on top of each other. They were all grown in America.
They're
We've
beautiful.
got the best
And-
2x4s.
exactly. And you say these are great trees. They came from the great forest of the redwoods, and this is America.
But
this is the
thing
2x4
we
forest.
got a lot of complaints.
And if you buy it,
That's it.
That's,
only-
that's the same thing as a
We can
woman
talk about-
having weave and she say, "This is my hair."
I mean,
I
she
bought it.
we
I
can
bought it.
right.
Now,
we
that
can
hair-
talk about the bitches
that-
of
that hair
weave.
came from
we
South
can talk
America.
about Trump. We can talk about all the problems. That all we got, or we can build us up, and that's where Nancy coming from.
And
So-
I'll say
Okay.
on the wood on the tree analogy, it's not to say hip hop alone is black culture. I'm not saying that hip hop alone is black culture. I'm not saying you can listen to every rap album and you'll know what it's like to be a black person.
I mean,
Oh, we ain't got
the stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Oh, that stuff. No. No.
She had the bag. I got the stuff. Oh.
Whoa!
Nah, I can't do that.
Whoa, Nelly.
You can roll it. I'll be rolling
I'm
it.
finna roll it. I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah.
that's what
Got
it
me
is.
while I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm
do
gonna
like
come
that.
back.
Yeah, you do that.
No,
Yeah.
but no,
I've
I'd say
I've had meetings about
yeah,
our behavior.
yeah.
I
Our
know
nigga tree.
Niggas get fired from the radio. I know.
How you say, bro? We don't want no smoke. We don't want
Niggas
no
get fired from the radio.
We go any farther.
Okay.
That was the most gangster move. She pulled that whole bag out.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got
I
the stuff.
two bags.
Yo.
Y'all want to buy
can't-
some?
But
That was
I'm
New York.
Just saying
Hey,
for
she
you,
out here.
I mean, it was,
Chill, we live.
and it came.
Yeah.
Yeah, chill. I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sorry.
You good.
It's not true.
It's all right.
I'm so drunk.
yeah.
So
no,
no,
we're
I
talking
sell
about
Coke
burritos.
too, but whatever.
We're talking about burritos and Coca-Cola.
Bags of burritos and Coke.
Burritos and Coca-Cola.
I just wanna.
She owns a food truck. Anyway,
Right.
Hamburgers.
on the analogy with the forest, we're not saying that
He
you can
invited
listen.
me.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
The
you go-
bigger.
yo, if you go first 48 back room, it's done.
They
They're
gonna
gonna
give
give
her
a bag of chips in front of her.
Yeah, yeah. All she
Let me
needs
tell you
is
about this nigga Jive.
all she needs is a soda and a cigarette. Nigga.
Damn, you gonna
I
have
had
the bag to
cigarettes
make
in my
the nigga
Hey, but
All right.
wasn't that a classic response? Buddy was like, huh?
Wait, what?
I know not what you speak.
Wait, don't
You
do
know,
that.
I love Jesus, black people, and weed.
That's,
Shit.
The fuck?
that's what you say when the police says, huh?
Huh?
Did you see, huh?
My
She,
bad.
huh?
My
Look,
bad.
man.
Don't put this up.
Look, man, I'm not trying to do this tonight, huh? No, but
No, so the tree
Y'all
analogy.
told
Yeah.
on me.
so the it's not to say you listen to you can listen to hip hop albums and know what black culture is. That's not it. It's saying that it's like a slice in the it's a necessary slice in the pie.
Okay.
Hip hop is locked in as part of black culture.
So is
And
our
it's not-
anger a necessary slice? Is all the anger and dysfunction a necessary slice?
Yes, because
All right.
that's us. It's everything that happened to us. It's everything
Life.
everything that
Like
is.
Hop said, that shadow side,
Everything
that
that
light
is,
side.
that was, and that will be. That's black.
Right.
That's
That's
that's it. So it's like for
Sexy Red would have
When
never
we're
made them
talking-
songs if niggas didn't fuck on her.
That's
And
it.
All right.
no, like she's a necessary component of hip hop. Like that's it. It has to happen. Like get over it.
Dude,
Like
I mean,
if
But
we got
I
OJ
would
the Juice
appreciate
Man, we
some
can have
balance.
Sexy Red.
I would
Right.
appreciate more
We got
balance, bro.
We
They've
got
got
balance.
Tierra Whack. You know what I'm saying? They've got
But it's not on the
If
radio
y'all
like
want to
don't
hear
you-
a bitch talking
don't you
about
on the radio.
It's not
Jesus,
on the radio
listen
like
to
Sexy
me.
Red, though.
Don't she just got a Grammy?
Here's the-
Don't she going hard?
here's
Don't
the
she
question,
got
though.
We got
anxiety
Doechii,
went crazy?
We got
Here's
Doechii,
the
we got
question.
Rhapsody. Then we got Megan Thee Stallion.
Meg
we got
going
Sexy
ham.
Red. Which one you hear
All
more
right,
of?
so Megan gonna tell you to suck a dick,
Glorilla.
but she
So
got
here's
a
the thing.
motherfucking
So check this
degree.
out.
Glow is my nigga. I know her in real life. Y'all not finna talk about her. Fuck
No,
y'all
Glow's
talk
amazing.
about.
So
Glow's amazing.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
My bad. Let me just say the tree analogy real quick.
Okay, yeah, he did,
If
he
we
did.
talk, in that analogy is tree, like the trees and then lumber, it's still wood. Like it's still black culture.
Pause.
Right. All right,
That was a good one. I wish you knew how to hit the drops over there. Pause.
I like that good. I'm trying to help.
But yeah, no.
We're going to go back and edit it later, folks.
See?
I like that good.
We'll get it in post.
You know, I am in a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi.
What? I'm in a gang. Sorry.
You people.
Where the wood is always good.
See?
So they say.
Pause. Yo, that's madness. You know what he said? The wood is always good. It's crazy.
Now,
Hold
In
on.
Compton,
now
we always
what-
fuck the
I'm
bitches.
desensitized because I went to Morehouse. And them niggas bruh.
Yo.
I'm
It's just
sorry.
You know what? Let
What?
me just say this because we're talking about hip hop. We're talking about black culture at the end of the day.
Okay, for sure.
So up at HBCUs, they have probate season, which is the next year of people going into the fraternities. Right? I will never forget this shit, bro. I was a freshman.
Oh boy.
And I went to the fucking Q Dog probate, though. Omega Psi Phi, they're also called Q Dogs.
Hey.
Morehouse is on a hill. It's probably like a quarter-mile hill. So it's decent, especially if you walking. So at the top of the hill is where they hold all the functions. All right. We were at the top of the hill and we smelled this smelly smell that kept smelling. And we're
Please
up there.
explain, please
They're playing
explain.
music. I got you.
Wait, what smelly smell?
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. They're playing music. We're in a function. Like it's a party outside. Like, yeah, the probate is turned. You know what I'm saying? Like they about to and this frat always throws parties. They going crazy, right? And but it's like, damn, what is that smell?
Well.
What the fuck? To the point everyone stops dancing. These are college kids. We stopped dancing.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, what the fuck is going? Did somebody drop a bomb? Like, what's going on? It was the new Q Dogs coming up the hill from the bottom of the hill, a quarter of a mile away, all the way up the hill. Because they told these niggas they couldn't shower for a week.
Oh, honey.
And they had them swimming through trash.
I joined
like
the
muck
Eastern
and
Stars
mildew.
in Iraq. I beat 3 bitches' ass. I was in a gang.
Man, these
I don't know what y'all
niggas
talking
smell.
about.
These niggas smell crazy.
Look, things. Look,
All right.
look,
Thinking it's
things
not
happen.
gang shit.
Things happen.
I don't know
Things
what y'all
happen.
talking about.
Things happen when you
When you forging a brotherhood.
Nah,
No.
fuck that shit. That shit is trash. That shit is trash.
That's not that.
That shit is
Not
trash.
gang
That shit
shit.
is
That's not
trash.
that.
Y'all need to
That shit is
adopt
trash.
gang
Before you
rules.
say that,
I'd rather
Before
get
you
jumped
say
in
that.
the stink.
before you
What the
before
fuck?
before that
Hey.
happens, look, things will only go as far
As you let them.
as you let them.
That.
Now, will there be things that are out of your control?
No.
Never.
Where's
There
the
will be
straw? I need a
nothing.
straw.
There will be nothing
Out of your control.
out of your control.
That's it.
Nah, son.
Nothing.
That's crazy work.
Beat their
nothing.
ass.
Don't-
Beat their
because
ass. If you
let me
don't
tell you
like it,
something.
beat their ass.
Because
There will be nothing. Look,
that's an ideal that doesn't materialize in real life, right?
Unless
So
you could beat their
ultimately,
ass.
that sounds fantastic, but we understand mental manipulation. We understand people doing things under duress.
Again,
You
out
can
of your-
manipulate outcomes in people. That's just what happens.
You can. I cannot manipulate another man. I can't control. Another
Yes,
man.
you can. Yes, you can. Like,
Listen,
okay, so
look, what I'm
this-
listen. What I'm listen,
Okay, let's go,
hold
let's
on,
go, let's go.
Slow down. What I'm saying now. When I say I can't control another man, I'm not. I'm okay. I'm not saying. I can't.
we're so mature here at Clicked Up the podcast.
You got a lot going on
Right
today,
now,
shorty.
my name, but I know Jesus' name.
You people.
I'm saying I can't control what you do. I can't control what you do. I can control what you do. But I'm in as much control of the situation as you are. I can't control your actions individually. I just can't. You're a human. So you think on a pivot all the time. But I can control me. And I can control as much of the situation as you can control.
Correct.
Now, that being said, every fraternity and sorority in the black culture, the Divine Nine, do whatever they do.
And the white culture.
And the white culture.
Every across the board.
Well,
Yeah.
but I don't know them. I know what I know.
Oh no, I can just let
So
you know that
ultimately-
it's
so
across the
ultimately-
board.
I don't see
So
it.
I can just let you know that I'm an Eastern Star, and y'all could be talking about that college shit, and I'm gonna tell you something as an Eastern Star, as a Mason. I'm gonna tell you something. Be quiet.
So this is the thing, right?
Just control
Because
what you control.
under
Exactly.
what that does is that removes responsibility from leadership. That removes responsibility from those who have created the duress.
Correct.
Like, there's two veterans in the building. I understand what being made to do something that is not under my own volition means. I know what that feels like.
And getting an
I know
award for it.
Yeah, I know what not having control over my body feels like. If you've never felt that,
You don't
then
know.
you don't understand. And you can say something like that and then look at a
I
veteran.
don't feel like that's fair. Because the thing is, there's plenty of vets who have gone to the brig and who have taken hunger strikes and doing. I'm not saying.
Wait,
Hold
stop.
on. I'm not.
Stop.
I'm not saying.
Y'all don't fight because I'm a veteran that fought back.
I'm not
when I
saying
was
that
active
you
duty Army,
should have-
I fought back.
I'm not saying
I
that's
fought
what you
back
needed
Wait, wait,
to
wait,
do.
wait, wait,
because
wait, wait, wait.
of my beliefs.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is what you needed to do. I'm saying that there were, like he's saying, you have control over yourself,
Right.
right?
to a certain
Everyone-
point. Prisons are not filled with people who can do what they want to do.
They was finna send me
They
to
are-
Leavenworth.
It's filled with people
Fight.
who do what they want to do.
No, I mean because ultimately somebody can take control of you.
I mean, I
Fuck all
get what
this
I
pussy
get what
shit.
I
Fight
get what
these
he's saying.
niggas.
But what I mean by that, I'm talking. Look, all situations can get unreasonable. Any situation can get unreasonable.
Yeah,
just
fight.
completely jacked up.
That's some Don talk. Any
Nah,
situation
it ain't
can get
Don talk to fight.
unreasonable,
You
young
might
nigga.
get your ass whooped for fight.
You, I
Fight,
mean, look,
fight.
I like to say that I'm a reasonable person. I like to say that, but I have been
Unreasonable.
You gonna try me? I'ma fight.
So you
That
saying-
shadow side of
Hey,
that.
that's a movie script.
Yeah,
That's
man.
a movie
That
script.
being said,
I'd like to say I'm a reasonable
That sounds like
person.
that sounds like
I have been.
the beginning of the movie where there's the narrative, like he's narrating it. He's just
Look.
you're looking at him in jail. I like to think.
Yeah, yeah.
unreasonable. And his hands just dripping
And
with blood.
everybody think they ain't gonna get butt raped in jail, but they is because they pussy
I'd like
fight.
to say,
Anyway,
I like to say that the things should be as they should be. They should be. Things should not happen. But sometimes they do.
and you gotta fight.
So ultimately, because what I feel like we're having the shadow conversation is about like hazing culture and the things that happen to people's kids. And you know, I have a kid in college, and
Completely unreasonable.
and you know, she hasn't. I mean, I just raised, and I hate that. I mean, understand. I just raised individuals, and I raised them against that because I understand how manipulation happens.
Right.
Jim Jones took control of somebody's mind.
Right.
And you know, ultimately many people died not under their own volition. You know what
Don't
I'm
drink
saying?
the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So
Man.
we understand, you know what I'm saying, when even when you're looking at people who you don't like when we're looking at like white America and alt-right, their minds have been controlled.
Right.
Their understandings are not their own.
And that's the
When
only
they-
reason
when-
that this Eastern Chassar is telling AKAs who wear pink and green to beat some ass because it ain't the same.
So you know what I mean. So when you watch that kid that just died, you know what I'm saying. There's just, and especially like when you're in a position to look at your kids and go, there's something that can happen to you I can't do anything about.
Correct.
There is no excuse that you can hand somebody's parent and go, oh well, your kid had their own volition.
It's time to beat some
That's
ass.
madness. Oh, your kid just wasn't being reasonable. Your child was given.
We can't call the NAACP.
That's
We
the
can't
metric
call
of
Al
argument.
That's not what
Sharpton,
he-
but
that's
we
not what
can't
he's
call
saying.
the
Not what I
Eastern
said.
Stars
Yeah.
That's
because
not
we
what I
gonna beat
said.
your
But
ass.
that's
Hold on now.
that's an RKO.
Hold on now.
Your
Hold
kid
on now.
had his own decision.
No,
to make.
that's
Yeah, y'all can act like that, but if you call the Eastern Stars,
that's
we
a
gonna beat your ass.
that is completely
Yeah.
crazy talk.
That's a misrepresentation.
No, that's a misrepresentation of what I said.
I doubt it, but I want to see
Okay.
how you
I object.
reframe
That's
it.
a misrepresentation of what my client just said.
Exactly. No, that is a misrepresentation of what I said. Okay. What I mean is when you I'm trying to make this as judicious as possible. Because there's gonna be people I had to talk to after this.
I'm sorry. No, I promise.
So,
to
brother, I heard you
I
was
love
talking
it.
about the
I
dog.
got look.
It's gonna be niggas barking outside the building before we leave. We in trouble.
It's
No, it
it's entirely,
ain't.
it's entirely
No, it ain't.
possible. No, that's not possible.
Y'all been
That's
getting
not-
along. Y'all
that's
gonna
her
keep
dog
getting
bone
along.
in the sky.
That's not. Look. First of all, would you have to know about a Q dog is we will debate anything. We will debate a rock.
Y'all are lawyers.
Well,
They will
so
debate a rock.
but
They're
here's
all
the thing.
lawyers.
My brothers will debate a rock.
So here's- okay, go ahead.
But I'm saying, I will, speaking for myself,
Mm-hmm.
and the brothers that I know personally, I can't know every brother personally. There are 375,000 Qs in the world. I can't know them all personally. Is in any organization, and I believe my organization is the greatest organization, the greatest fraternal organization on the planet. That's what I believe. Now, that being said, are there some of us that's wrong? Yes, dead wrong. If you as a human are crazy enough to go hurt another human, just hurt them because you think some kind of, this is how we form a brotherhood, that's insane. There are things that you do that are fun.
Correct.
That are fun.
Correct.
You have a good time.
That's what I mean about deplorable.
Wait, because you took the breath like, There are things that are fun. Now, that being said, my wife is a Delta. I'm a Q. I got a daughter that's a Delta. You know, so, but when they say, or if they say, I'm going to pledge, or I'm going to try to enter the fraternity or the sorority, there's a talk that will be had.
Yes.
That talk is, hey, now, this is your body, yours. God gave you this body.
This what you finna say?
You are. This is what we've said.
But is you finna say it out loud?
This body,
Okay.
This is your body. Your body is divine. This is your body.
Say it out loud.
So that being said, please don't make me go see nobody. Don't make me come down there and see somebody.
He ain't say it, but that's all Eastern Stars are saying. Don't make me see nobody.
Because you're not thinking. Because we not in the military. People ain't carrying guns now. People ain't carrying guns.
I mean,
these are other college students. Ain't none of these people know Svengalis. I done met them.
Wait, but here's the thing. So they're not.
I'm 100% disabled veteran.
No. Hold on.
So when I say you have your own volition, you have your own mind, you have your own thought process, do not be thinking that if I see you not looking like the person that left my house, and you're not in the same condition that you left my house or better.
So here's
There's gonna be a conversation had with you.
Yeah, but it's like
There's
it's
gonna be a
36-year-olds.
conversation
It's 36-year-olds that look like me, who ain't never been to your house, ain't never left your house, and we know what the fuck we talking.
So and I get what you're saying, but here's the thing, right? And because it looks like you're just trying to clear, like the concept of, fraternities from the harm that they do. I've been in the service.
No,
wait.
And I joined the Eastern Stars in Iraq. Let's not.
Let's just. I've been a soldier, and do I have love for the soldiers that I know? Because I know, proven by fire, that these people will die for me. I know that. That does not clear the army of its behaviors.
Of course not.
It does not.
So when I hear a critique of the behaviors of armed soldiers, I don't go, oh, those are just people behaving badly who just so happen to be wearing armed service uniforms. Because I listened. If you are true to something, and if you are understanding of that thing does not escape the scrutiny of its own behaviors.
Never.
So if we're going to talk about cues, if we're going to talk about the military, if we're going to talk about hip hop, which we were talking about, the behaviors of those who act and tell you that's the name. If I tell you that I'm a Proud Boy and I'm going to run down the street in a car and roll over people, and I said that's why I did it, the other Proud Boys will go, oh, no, he didn't do that because he told me what he did. And therefore, you are responsible. The military.
We are all responsible. Yes.
So what happens when to any group that you have an affinity for? That doesn't mean that they are free from the scrutiny of the behaviors and the violence.
Never.
Of the fringes.
They're never.
So it's like
Right, and y'all can try Greeks against Eastern Stars, and I'm telling you.
So there is.
She just want to fight, y'all.
Yeah, she does. So see, there is a truth that we have to have that goes back. The shadow you is the lightened you is responsible for the shadow you.
Exactly.
So you don't get to go, oh well, I was just in my shadow phase.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. You're gonna go to shadow jail, and when you become enlightened, you're gonna be enlightened in jail.
Whatever happened,
I don't agree with that either, because the shadow self can help the real mission.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you did to that person, the consequences of your actions in whatever you did to that person, you are responsible for.
Shadow don't mean evil or bad.
You're responsible for that.
Shadow don't mean evil or bad.
You never shirk your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said, some Qs will say the wood is always good, meaning they
Pause still.
they're
We
gonna
still
do
gotta pause.
whatever.
Yeah, the paddle.
The paddle.
Oh, that thing is that okay? I get it. Okay, I've seen that
Masons
before.
don't
Okay.
act like that.
So
I don't
that's a
understand.
paddle. So if that's what you did, and everybody knows that was done. I ain't telling no secret. Everybody knows that was done. If you did that, okay. So some people didn't do that. Some people, some lines didn't let that happen.
Right.
Now what I'm saying is they were responsible for each other. Some people didn't let that happen. That didn't happen at all.
Right. That's
Or
the truth.
if it happened, it only happened to a certain extent.
That's the truth. So
Some
don't put
things
that on culture.
didn't happen.
So don't put it on
Some
culture.
some things didn't happen. Everybody's experience is different.
So don't put it on culture.
No, it's,
Now,
okay.
it is. It's-
That's bananas.
No, that's not.
No, it's
Because
not
what you're
bananas.
doing, you're trying to individualize the shame and then culturalize
let
the
him
good
cook.
part.
No,
Because
I'm
No,
not.
no. Wait, let me shame
Okay, but
myself.
you gotta let him
Let
cook.
me shame
You gotta let him
myself.
cook. I
Okay,
feel you.
let him finish. I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I
Okay.
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
But it's the
But
truth.
everybody experience is different. It's just different. It's different because, again, in any in the Kappas and in the Qs and in the Alphas, there are hundreds of thousands of people, and I know in each of those organizations, somebody in those organizations, something happened to someone in that organization.
To get a minute.
To the white organizations,
Yeah.
the black organizations, it happened.
Yeah.
The same thing didn't happen. There's no sheet of things that we're going to do this on Monday and we're going to do this
Yeah.
on Tuesday.
May I
and we're
shame
going to do this on
myself?
Wednesday. That's not going to happen. That doesn't happen like that. Every single chapter has whatever.
So you think? Okay. So wait.
No, I don't think. I know.
So you're telling me because like there's
I could never tell you what would happen in the military because I've never been in the military.
I have.
You see what I'm saying? I could never tell you what a Marine does as opposed to what a person in the Army does, as opposed to a person in the Navy does, as opposed to a person in the Air Force. I can never tell you that. I've never been in any
But
of
here's
those
the thing,
things.
what you can do, if you do understand that, you do understand that army soldiers in the Army versus Marines versus airmen, they have more in common than they actually have separate. So when you see when you see an airman when you're in the Army, I know one when I see one.
Right. And if
They are
joined,
very similar.
and if we join a Mason
to act
or
like everybody has like this unique experience that is so wildly different that nobody can.
I'm not saying I'm not saying
Nah, yeah,
they're
it's not
wildly
that.
different. I'm saying everyone's process is different.
Everyone does have a unique experience,
Everyone
but it's not
has
wildly.
a unique experience.
Yeah.
There are brothers I know that crossed, they did whatever they did, and you didn't hear nothing from them dudes no more, ever. Everybody ain't walking around barking and throwing the hooks. They just not. You would. They just.
Everyone ain't get branded. Everybody ain't
branded.
get.
I don't have one brand on my body.
But
I got plenty of tattoos.
But I think the thing
none
that
of them
we're
say Q, and I'm not getting a brand because they used to brand slaves.
And I think the thing that
I'm not getting one.
y'all are talking on is these things are part of those cultures though, regardless.
They are.
Whether
But
it's on the fringe or not.
Cultures
So
are
they are
layered.
still but
They're
they're
all
still
layered.
It's not to say that is that like it like hazing isn't in and of itself just fraternity. Like fraternity isn't synonymous with hazing. It is a facet of it. Like it happens.
Right.
Hey, but hazing happens in the military. Hazing happens at work. Hazing you know what I'm saying? It's a facet of almost everywhere. But it's still one of those things in the pie chart that you got to take a slice of.
And you got you got to be careful of that slice. I saw on a few good.
I need to let the ladies speak in because I think the ladies want to first Shadira because she's been waiting forever.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, y'all was having dialogue.
She's very When Shadir be in the comments, she be like, "Oh
When
yeah,
you
I
see
got
in the
something for
comments,
y'all.
boy.
I got something for y'all niggas now."
I mean, if y'all read it, y'all read it.
You're
but,
right.
you know.
That's his fault actually. We be telling him to read. He just be
Yo, you
He be
watch the show,
adjusting
you know
his
what it is. I be
headphones.
trying to be like, hey, yo, there's something in the comments. They be like, cook.
I'm like 20 comments in already.
crazy work.
I mean, y'all slick threw me off on the low. But just when I think about it, it's more like when it comes down to that slice of the pie, it's more like the belief overall that you're supposed to have for whatever you're a part of, whether our culture, what we choose to like elevate and what we choose to claim as ours, like how you said with the wood. Are you going to still call this a force, or are you going to call this what it is, just a bunch of wood being sold? That's our problem. To where when we have certain things that we kind of, like how you said, the deplorables, where certain deplorables aren't celebrated, but certain deplorables are celebrated. And then when you're actually like dealing with certain ones we don't want to accept, to where, like you said, everybody has their own different like experience for everything. So when we have our own different experience, at the end of the day, we still have to take it back to the foundation on what makes us, what makes our culture what our culture is, what makes our organization, what makes anything what it is. To where you'll always have different people that'll give like different experiences, to where this person probably didn't get whooped on during their time in there, and that person probably went through the ringer, was struggling. Same thing with how hip hop is, to where we don't have everybody that's like dealing with the bad part of hip hop. You got some people that came from, how you said, the upper class. You don't hear it. They don't even know nothing about no Sexy Reds or no nothing like that, no deplorables or anything.
Right.
None of that
because
King
it's not
Von or none of that shit.
It's not their experience.
Right.
But it's like, it's a part, it's layers. We have layers on it. But at the same time, it's like, just because that person didn't hear of it at that very moment doesn't mean it's
Doesn't
still
mean it
not
didn't
there.
happen.
So if you do find out about it, you have to accept it, even though it's not the good you want to accept.
Exactly.
It's still a part of it that you have to deal with, because that's still a part of the culture. Even if the culture has been taken and rebranded and pushed out, all they're doing is regurgitating some stuff that we was already on anyway. We was already doing this stuff. They just made it more cooler because they know we sell. Like you said, they love us. They love everything about us except for us. They want to be like us. So of course.
They lay out in the sun all day. They get brown. Brown is me and you. But boy, if you said
Plump the lips, plump the ass.
To be on the Stairmaster. I saw a girl on the Stairmaster the other day. She was on there for an hour. I go to the gym every day. I can't be on the Stairmaster for 10 minutes.
Booties do grow in the gym. They do grow in the
They
gym.
do grow in the gym.
Eventually, they grow in the gym.
But hey,
See it. What you got?
I was 89 pounds most of my life. Just grew in the gym. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, even about deplorables, is being in the military, right? And I'm not gonna defend Eastern Stars and Masons, cause I joined for some other shit one day in a warehouse, cause I did. On paper, I killed 27 people, and I cry about that to this day. I got PTSD. I'm 100% disabled. That's not nothing cool. It don't feel good. It don't feel good at all. At the fuck of all. But when it came to preserving blackness, what the Masons and Eastern Stars did for me, which is what I assumed they were doing on college campuses, was giving us community. And that's what happened for me in Iraq. With the Masons, they took me in. I had community. All of this beefing and stuff is strange to me. It's strange. I grew up homeless in New York. I joined the Eastern Stars in a warehouse one night. All this beefing is strange to me because people took me in.
So, and I don't take away from that, but ultimately, because I've had my experiences in the military too, and nothing like that. I'm not gonna take anything away from your thing, but even in that, I didn't have her individual experience. But when we go back and forth, we're gonna find our experience has way more in common than that moment for her and my moment for me.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have largely a uniform experience
You my bad.
of what's happened.
And it
So wait.
it
So when we peel back these layers that we keep talking about, and we peel them back so we don't have to take responsibility for the layer that we don't care for, that's dishonest.
Right.
So there's a layer of where they're talking about like he said, the slice of the pie, we got to take account for that. Is this part of it? Yes. You don't get to take it away and go, well, this is just this slice, and if we just don't consider that slice, the rest of the pie is fine.
agreed.
There is a part of our culture in hip hop that the whole body of it has to take responsibility for because it exists.
Agreed.
So
Okay,
there
so
is-
can we take responsibility for the fact that we let people infiltrate us?
Yes, I mean that was part of the. I got a whole thing I want to talk about.
And it,
He had a list.
I had a whole thing I was trying to get to.
I gotta get out.
But that's kind of what I alluded to with the timber tree analogy. Somebody processed this.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We didn't process this. Just
we
like
love each other.
So when you look at, like, even when they talk about, and I was listening to some old school hip hop records, and one of the old school ones was like in that bebop 80s style was like, we not flying these drugs into this country.
Yeah.
Just like
So
we
they
not
knew,
Zionists and we
somebody-
don't
so
support
we're
the state
not-
of Israel.
Yeah, we the ones going to jail for this. We're not the ones bringing this here. You feel what I'm saying? No matter of fact, it was the 90s and it was Spice One. So,
But yeah, shit.
but there is a rush in our black community, whether it be age, youth, hip hop versus whatever. We rush to sort of protect this thing from the scrutiny that its own behavior desires. There's only one reason you do something is that's to be effective at doing it.
No, that's not true.
You know what I'm saying? The only reason I'm eating is I'm trying to affect hunger.
That's not
the
true.
Only
People
reason
do
that
what they wanna, even if it hurt them.
for some reason that's the effect. Some people cut themselves because they want to feel the pain. That's
Right,
effective.
exactly.
So you have done something effective. You know what I'm saying? So
Even if they hurt them.
When I do something to try to make somebody else do something to harm themselves, somehow I feel effective. So the people that would make you drink
Well, you should.
14 gallons of water until they fucking die of hypoglycemia, they felt effective.
See,
In
I
that
don't
moment,
agree with
and
you.
that person-
And I'm gonna tell you something. Let them hoes die. Let them die, cause they stupid and they do stupid shit and they make stupid decisions.
but some people are very impressionable, though. Some people are impressionable.
yes.
through
And
drinks
they
or
should
just
die.
how they-
Die.
That's a lot of
Darwinism.
people. though.
Survival of the fittest.
Back to the point you
Yeah.
were making.
Uh-huh.
And you have a well, you should. I should say that you should feel responsible for your fellow man. That is in.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That
I'ma
is
start
in-
to
that
say
is in-
Ebola.
That is. Wait. That is
in World War III.
That is in hip hop. That is in any aspect of culture. Now, do we? No, because you have individuals that, to use that word again, are unreasonable.
I like it.
They make they make unreasonable, choices.
Right.
So you should
You want to go?
be responsible.
My mentor tell me let dumb niggas
when we
die.
were talking about the fraternity thing, the fraternal thing. Fraternal means brother.
Right.
It means brother. Sorority means sister.
What is a Sambo?
You should be you can hurt them. You can.
Thank you. That's all Nancy
But
saying.
you don't have to, and you shouldn't.
And I don't. I don't hurt Uncle Tom's. Just Sambos.
This is another. This is
All right.
This is another human. This
Damn
ain't
it,
human.
man.
And I love you, but you hurting
that
us.
comes
Just
with-
like Harriet
So-
Tubman killed her husband for finna tell. Shut the fuck up.
But-
I'ma hurt you.
That comes with the term of people recognizing morality. So do
Right.
you understand what's really right or wrong?
Right.
And a lot of people don't have that either.
So now there's a thing that I was told because, one of the reasons I became a member of my fraternity is because my grandfather was a member of this fraternity, and my uncles were members, and my cousins were members, and they instilled in me, you take care of your your people, your own.
Yeah.
That is the only reason any of these fraternities were even and sororities were made, to find community.
That's not
She said
see
Community.
Eastern Stars and Masons, we are taught to take care of all of y'all, whether y'all love us or not.
But the thing is, that's
and-
not taught to everybody.
and
The
that's
same with
and
family.
that's not taught to everybody. It's not processed the same. I can teach you a million things. I'm a teacher. Every day I teach students,
You can teach
and
me.
I could teach 22
Yeah.
people this thing, this concept, and I'm going to get. There are 22 different processes. I may end up teaching that thing 22 different ways.
But I need him to love me because he can
So-
teach. But I need him to love me because I'm a fight.
So, but so
And
so
that's
here's the
fine.
thing. So here's the
And
thing.
That's the same as loving your fellow man. I got
right.
I
I'ma
got
love
6
you.
children. I got 6 children. And I got 6 children. We gotta love each of those kids a different way because they need different things.
Correct.
Each of them.
Correct.
Do I love them? Do I love them the same? No. Do I love them as much? Yes. Why do I not love you the same? My daughter asked me that. One of my daughters asked me that one time. And I said, because each of you need different things.
Everybody different.
Everybody different.
Yep.
I can't love you. I can't love Devin the way I love Reggie. I can't love Nyla the way I love. You know what I'm saying? They need different.
But so okay. So there are 5 people in this room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, Whew. That was close. Whew. I'm not great at math.
You did well.
But thank you, brother.
I love that for you.
Please and thank you. But here's the thing: do we have variations? Sure,
We should.
but is there more in common with us? Because I have 4 kids, and yes, there are different nuances to them, but largely, these are my kids. Largely, I do love them the same. Largely, it's going to be the same bullet I take for each one of them. Largely, the concept of covering them covers all of them the same. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When we start getting into the minutia, right, of a
But
thing.
see, this is the part about Eastern Stars. We don't do minutia. If you mad, I'm finna fight for you. If you get mad and somebody fuck with your baby, I'm finna fight with you. If somebody fuck with your baby, I'ma fight for you, and that's how I'm in.
So to your point, and I'm gonna take your point, right? To your point, because there is so much more we have in common than we have similar. I'm not going to split hairs
Right.
to deal with you.
Correct.
And in a bad way, we have a society, a culture, an overarching culture, white supremacy, that does the exact same thing. Because when it covers its own, it doesn't split hairs.
No, it doesn't.
That's what I mean
when it
about
promotes
the
its own, they don't split hairs.
No, it doesn't.
You see what I'm saying? So we play this individualistic game that does not do us any justice because we have so much more in common than we have different.
But I think in
when
that
wait.
way-
But when whiteness takes ownership of whiteness, it covers whiteness.
Right.
It does. When black people take control of blackness, it's about black excellence and it's about black. And then no. They cover, like she said, they cover Lil Boo Boo like they cover the president.
Right.
All of them, they white and they all getting covered. We got people we gonna leave out.
But
we got
see-
people we gonna go, oh no, you get to be fed to the wolves.
Right.
So there is an individualist streak in us that is always trying to strive to find some sort of distinction from the whole.
Well,
That
my
is-
brother, that's a whole nother podcast. 'Cause that's like that Willie Lynch letter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we
Like-
should. But to your point,
Yeah.
we shouldn't do that when it comes to, what's on the outside. Them that's on the outside, we should cover ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We should be that word monolithic. We should be. Me personally, I felt like when it came down to Kamala, I was like, so wait a minute, y'all for is some of us ain't voting for her? What? Why?
Put it in your phone.
Why we not voting for her? Because
She wasn't black presenting the way that we agreed.
but
that
what, the
blacks-
way they wanted
Yeah.
they wanted her to. But no. That girl was black. We need to vote for her. Period. I just felt like that. And it was like, well, she put brothers in jail. Well, darn, didn't them brothers do stuff? They didn't do nothing.
Is
Was
anybody
she
in here
riding down the-
FBA?
was
Does
she-
anybody in here identify themselves as FBA?
Foundationally black.
American? Or ADOS? Does anyone here?
Oh, American Descendants of Slaves.
Does anyone here identify as that?
No,
Okay, all right, I'll shut up.
I'm a radical. I'm far fetched with anybody.
Yeah,
feels
because
like
I honestly feel like the shit y'all be laughing at deplorables about is the shit that crackers do. I can tell you where they got it from, because crackers taught us how to act like crackers. And niggas be acting crazy because that's American culture. That's not black culture.
Right. I mean, I agree with that.
I think.
But I mean, we should look. Like I said, we should. If they on the outside, I believe.
Yes, sir.
If they on the outside, they on the outside.
Right.
My black people is my black people.
Right.
I'ma love the man on the street like I love the brother.
I'm a say like how I said to Jive on plenty of occasions. I'm prejudiced. At the end of the day, if you are not representing our culture as far as our beliefs, our structure system, exactly what we say we want as a community, like I can't sit here and act like I'm gonna keep powwowing with you. You are detrimental. At the end of the day, I understand we should want to cover all of our people, but some people will burn the building down because they can't get exactly what they want. And at the end of the day, are we going to keep letting these people I have three type of people. You got the people that know better, want to do better. Then you got the people that know better but don't care to do better. And then you got the ignorant that want to stay ignorant. So you telling me that we got to keep trying to teach, keep loving on these people that's going to keep being detrimental. Even when it came down to civil rights movements, they didn't stop moving how they was moving in the civil rights because it was a bunch of black people that didn't want to help them. They took who they took, and it didn't matter if it was so-called black or white people that wanted to be a part of the movement. They took those people and they pushed forward for what the
Just
goals
the
they were going
like-minded
for.
people.
I can't.
I'm not-
I can't
I'm
be
not
with
saying-
nobody that
I'm not saying- I don't- I'm not
sis,
saying
what
that
is
you have to-
unconditional love?
It's a fable.
That's not true.
It's a fable.
It's not true.
Nah, I got
Let me
unconditional love for my kids.
Wait.
That's really real.
I
Not
mean,
just-
They
unconditional,
do
you'll
shit that piss
eventually
me
go
off. Maybe
back
you want
to
to
them.
punch their motherfucking head
And
off.
not just
But I
kick
still
kids.
love 'em.
You'll
Let
eventually
me
go
tell
back
you,
to them.
Let me
But it's
tell
gonna
you
be a time where your
how
love
an
is
Eastern
like-
Star is taught to love unconditionally. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you my friend. It doesn't matter if you're loyal to me. It doesn't matter if you act right. I'ma act right, nigga.
Miss Carter,
That's the whole thing.
you
right
must have
there.
just came
That's-
from.
that's-
You must have just
that's
came from Eastern
unbelievable.
Star meeting.
That, like, to me, that's unbelievable.
Actually, I
That's
didn't even pay my
unbelievable
dues
for me.
this month, but okay.
I
But then
accept that. I accept that.
I'ma love you.
And look again. I'm one of them people who, and maybe it's I got a bit of a hippie mentality. I believe.
Hippie ain't Christ-like. See, y'all hippies. I'm
Well, if we gonna
Christ-like.
say Christ, like Christ was rebuking folks and said you
Correct.
eventually will be saved, meaning once you die off and you be reborn.
And that's
but
what
if you
I
wasn't
said.
with
The
Christ was
niggas
on,
gonna
you
die. That's what
Outta
I
there.
said.
But-
They're gonna die.
So check it out. So
So to
check it
die
out.
off, that means you're cut off and you're not there. You're not
Right.
there.
And you
They
can
say
burn
cut
in hell
off the
forever
finger
if
if
you
it's
can't-
messing up
If
the
you
hand.
can't get it, burn in hell forever.
So that means if you're gone, you're not currently already
burn
there.
in hell
We
forever.
can't
So-
keep saying we're inviting them in when
No,
they're
I'm
gone.
gonna keep.
If we
see,
cut off the
but
harmful,
see,
they're
that's
not there.
not unconditional
it's the
love.
same as-
Unconditional love
gotta
says kill yourself. If you kill yourself, that's on you.
So we gotta let people like finish their thoughts. So go ahead.
So the reason why I say I don't believe in unconditional love, because that means you keep putting up with the putting up. Where is the boundaries? You might love them.
Stop.
You will
Wait, no,
eventually-
you gotta, no. You gotta
eventually-
you gotta let her finish.
You
please.
will eventually get back to that state of love, but what is love for real? Love is the attention you give to somebody. But if somebody's going off, going crazy, doing all type of stuff, yes, you know you will love them and have that love for them, but you're not putting up with everything that they're doing.
But
because
that's
you
love.
them.
The love is me not beating the shit out of them, but trying to
See,
make them
this-
see my
see,
point
this
or
is
trying
the
to
problem.
learn from whatever mistake they made. You know what I mean?
You want them to learn from it, but at the same time, what happens if they ain't trying to learn? What happens if you have to let them go off on their own?
Love gonna make me tell them to go off on their own.
And
So
that's the
it's out
whole
of
point.
love,
When you
know what I
love
mean?
them, you separate. You love them enough to
Well,
even separate.
I get your point. I'm not trying to negate your point, but I'm just saying unconditional love. There is a thing where you love somebody regardless of whatever goes down. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's because when I love you of how, whatever goes down, I'm going to still have that idea, that attention for you to where if you eventually get yourself together and you come back in a like humble, genuine way and you want to fix those wrongs, okay, yes, my love will act like you ain't never did nothing wrong. But in the midst of that wrong, in the midst of I got to cut this finger off to save the hand, I can't show you no love when I'm doing that.
May
Well,
I?
that's
May
not
I?
something
That's part
I
of
can't
love
do
too.
that.
No,
That's
no,
part
no,
of
no,
love
no,
too.
no, no,
Love
no.
too.
Ma,
No, and no.
How you doing tonight? You good?
I'm good.
How's
And that's
everything?
called lying to yourself. When you tell yourself that I'm going to make excuses for people who do bad things for me, that's not love.
I didn't say I made excuses for nobody. I don't think I ever
Right.
said
I don't
that.
agree with her definition of love either. But I'm just saying from where we picked up off, from where the conversation picked up off, making excuses for people is not love. Unconditional
I don't
love.
think nobody said nothing about making no nigga no
I don't
excuses for
believe
no
in
one.
making
You know what I'm
excuses for
saying?
people. What I'm saying,
You don't believe nobody
what
said
I'm
that?
saying, when I said
Okay.
I covered them. What I meant, what I'm saying is, I give you an example. Okay, this is an example. You know, a couple of years ago, my wife called me a bleeding heart. I can't see people suffer. It's a problem for me. Okay, so when we were living in Augusta at the time, we driving down the street. It's late at night. We on our way home. This black man crawling in the middle of the street. He is crawling in the middle of the street. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Right? I said,
you stop your phone
I said, Yolanda, I can't. I
Right.
can't. My wife was like, boy, if you don't take I can't. So I had to stop the car. I had to get out of my car. Brother, you all right? You know, he's like, man, I just got shot. Right? Turns out he wasn't shot. He was breaking in somebody's house.
But call the ambulance.
Dude
Or
fell
call
off
police.
fell off the fence, almost broke his foot off. Okay, I called 911. Right now, obviously this man, he was drunk. I knew he was drunk, high, something. He was on something, because he wasn't even feeling this. And I was like, okay. She's like, is he drunk? Is he high? Probably, but I'm gonna call the ambulance for him. And I waited there for the ambulance to come. You know, that's what I mean by cover him. Now, do I believe in what you doing? You running around breaking in folks' houses.
No.
You running around. You hurting yourself trying to break in somebody's house, trying to be a criminal.
Right.
I don't believe in that. But am I gonna let you die out in the middle of this street like a dog? No. I'm gonna call the ambulance. I love you as a human. You my people.
So your
Now-
point is that's unconditional love?
Is that unconditional? I don't know if that's unconditional
No, it's
love.
not unconditional love, it's kindness.
That's kindness. I have that's the level of love that I have.
Okay, so
for
I'll
that
tell you like
person.
this. I'll tell you like this. And I have kids, and I think everybody in here has kids. You know, there's not a line this person can cross. It doesn't exist. Mike, it does,
Well-
and I don't even like that it doesn't exist. But I know It does not matter what my child does. Up and into murder, I do not care.
Correct.
It is
Child.
it is
As
it
your
is a
child.
non-starter conversation.
As your child.
My child,
Right. Yes.
my job is to cover you.
Yes, sir.
Even if it means covering you with my life. And I tell my kids,
Now,
if I
your-
gotta do it, it better be worth it because I can only do it once.
Wait. If your kid rape or murder somebody, you gonna cover them?
I'm gonna cover my kid.
Well, that's not what I was taught. But go ahead.
Because that's my
But-
biological responsibility.
But what does he
But
mean
that's
by
unconditional
rides.
love.
But what does that mean by covering them?
But that's unconditional love.
That may mean, okay, you did this. I'm gonna call you this lawyer and hire.
Yeah,
for
okay,
it.
yeah, I'll pay for a lawyer, but bitch, I'm not gonna say you right.
Did he say that meant
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie
You
to the
right.
police
You
for
right.
you?
You right.
I don't know.
You
Now,
right.
if that's his definition, that's fine. Those his children, that's what he feels he has to do.
Right.
Now, am I going, if you do something to hurt someone else, like really hurt them, rape someone, hurt a child,
Right.
kill someone other than in self-defense, am I lying to the police? No, I'm probably not. But am
But
I
I'm
going to
gonna
hire you a
support
lawyer?
you. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to trial with you every day.
But here's the thing.
And because I don't know the full, you know what I'm
That's the
saying?
same thing.
But
I
here's
probably would lie to the police.
I probably would too. I go ahead.
That's the
But
same
here's the thing,
as
but here's the
That's not
thing.
Nancy.
Beliefs,
On some
though.
G shit, that's against my fraternity
That-
shit in the army.
But-
That's against unconditional love. I will never lie
But-
for a nigga. Hell no.
But here's the
that's
thing,
your
though.
belief.
Correction is love too.
But that's
so
my
so
belief.
if I
And
have
that's,
to,
you know, I'm okay with your belief. I'm okay with that.
But everybody's belief is different.
Everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody's belief
Everybody's.
is different. And when it comes down to the community, what some might say is okay for the strength of I love you, that might not be okay for the next person's I love you.
True.
And
Where
that's
are
why
the
I
rules
started
at?
with
Where are the
family
guidelines
unit.
at?
And
to
that's
where
why I started
regardless,
with the family
we can't
unit.
just say that it's okay. It's not okay at some point in time. We have to be able to love each other enough and love what we're trying to do to have some type of boundaries.
A standard.
If we don't ever have a standard or ever have a boundary, then that means we don't love each other enough to keep ourselves accountable, to correct
I never,
ourselves.
I never,
And
but I
if we
literally,
keep
I
taking,
literally
if
just
we
said.
keep taking individual accounts and then trying to make that the standard instead of just having a regular standard,
But even when we have regular standards in our community, let's be serious. How many people, like you said, they gonna defend little man, even like it's something I seen on Facebook today. A group of young men was trying to rob a guy, and 2 of them got killed. But you see the community in an uproar like it's okay. But was it not okay when they were trying to rob that man and he didn't want to fight them, so he killed them?
But as
so
an
then
Eastern
where's
Star,
the
wait,
standard?
bruh. As an Eastern Star, I got to push back on you because real standards have never been the standards. So don't bring up bullshit and say the standards is bullshit.
It BS? Is it BS to love? If you say you respect a human per se, you respect that human life. Is it BS to say to respect and love that human? Why exactly would you want to go up
I
robbing
don't think
somebody?
that is
if
BS.
If that's
but
the
I'm
standard?
talking to you as a woman.
Even as a woman. You can't go
See, the
off
thing
doing
about the
things,
family
and it's okay.
unit is we're the only one controlling it right now. While we're trying to get them back into it, while we're trying to fight them back into it, we're the only ones controlling it right
See,
now.
the thing is, even with women, right? With us as a woman, we're not the ones per se controlling anything. We are the
not
ones
true.
that are supposed to be teaching the narrative
That's
and
not
passing
true.
it down.
See, you
and
don't
actually
get to
teaching
say supposed to
what's
be. You don't get to say supposed to be
who's
when
the
we're
leader?
having
Who's the leader in
a-
the household? Who is the leader in the household?
when
Who
women
are the leaders
when
in the
women are the
household?
only parent in the household.
We're not saying when women are the only
See,
ones in the
you
household.
wanna
We're saying
talk
in
about-
general.
You
who
wanna
is
talk about
who is
The standard,
leader
but won't
of?
talk about reality.
I'm talking about the standard we're trying to have, right? If
So
we're trying
don't
to have
talk
the
about
standard,
that yet.
we're
I'm
not.
not
No,
talking
I'm
about
saying
that.
Wait,
in general.
God, please.
If
Please.
we're trying to have a standard, right? The standard, you can't have a standard without having the man, the woman, and the child in the
Right.
household.
So
So,
I'm
if we're
telling
talking
you-
about
Wait,
the
wait,
When I'm
standard,
telling you, it
if we're
goes
talking
A, B,
about-
C, D,
if we're
E, F,
talking
G.
about
You
the
want H, I, J,
standard.
K, elemental P.
if we're
This
talking
is what I'm
about
saying.
the standard, if we're talking about the standard, who is the leader of the household?
The man.
The man is the leader of the household. He is
So
the
let's stay
ultimate
right there.
control over the household.
So let's stay right there.
So if he's got the ultimate control over the household, right? And what he's meant to say last, whatever he decides to do, is the overall guidance of the house. Who is following suit? Who's teaching that?
Now,
the
let's
woman,
be
right?
honest.
She's teaching
Wait,
that.
wait.
No, don't you listen
She's
to what she
teaching
just
it
said.
to
listen.
the child.
The woman is teaching it right. That's wrong.
She's teaching.
It's
Is
wrong.
that not what women do?
But it's
is that
wrong.
not what? How is it wrong?
But
is
it's
that
wrong.
not what
Because,
the role of a woman?
Because no,
Even
it's
when you
not.
go
It's
back
not your
and
job to
even-
teach a man how to be a man.
We're not saying teach a man how to be a man. I
But
said
that's what we're
teach
talking
the
about.
child.
No, all right.
If we're even going into the biology of a woman. The biology of a
first
woman.
teacher of children
the
is
biology
the first
of a
teacher of
woman
children is
was
women.
to raise the young
The first
from the
teacher of children
man,
is
and
women.
the man is meant to what? Protect, provide,
No,
and
no,
make
no,
sure
no,
the
no.
woman
No,
and the
ma'am.
child is good.
No, ma'am,
Even
that's
when
not
you
how it
go
goes.
back and look at this, and you go read up, research
Ma'am,
the
I've
biology
been
and
back.
everything.
The only reason why I'm
telling
Eastern
you.
Star is because I researched it. I've
Well,
been
even
back.
when you're talking
I mean-
about Eastern Stars, I have plenty of family members of Eastern Stars, plenty of Masons in my family,
But
plenty
is
of
it
people
you?
that
Wait,
want
wait,
me
but
to
is
be
it you?
based on me talking about it and me having
You can
these
talk
same
about whatever, but I'm
conversations.
trying to tell you what I know.
It's easy for me to join it. I don't
It's easy
want
for
to.
me to tell you what I know
And
too.
I'm telling you based on the fact of the
I
same
can tell you
ones
based
I
on
have
the
these
fact of what I know.
conversations
You're not
with.
that.
See it, see
I'm
it, see it,
that.
see it. You gotta let her-
Conversations. The same conversations I'm having, that's the reason why these Masons and Eastern Stars that I know personally want me to join Eastern Stars, want me to join
Because
organizations.
we want you to
Because
learn.
It's the same
Yeah.
concept that
I
I'm
want you to
passing,
join
the
too.
family unit. You can't reject the family unit. And
I'm not
reject
rejecting the family
actual-
unit.
The actual boundaries.
I'm
and
telling
the
you, don't
actual
know what the problem
beliefs.
is, and you don't know how we're
You
saying
sure?
we should fix it. I'm telling
How
you
do
what
we
Eastern
fix it
Stars
if
are
we're-
doing to fix
How
it.
do we fix it if you're not going forth with the leadership, the actual basis on how we're
You're
supposed
not
to be
going
running?
forth with the leadership. The
How?
leadership is
Okay, so
them.
check it out.
The leadership is them.
Check it out,
They're
check it
the
out.
leadership.
Well,
Check it
you're
out.
not acting like they is.
So check it out. I want to get a final word. We're about to get out of here. I want to get a final word from everybody. We had a lot of fun here today. Kinda
My
veered
only
off it.
final word is I want niggas to be niggas. Be our niggas. We love you. We want you to be our niggas. Niggas.
Brah, brah.
All right. Teacher, give us a word.
Huh?
I like what you did. I like what you did. I like what you did.
Yo, nah,
Okay,
speak on the
okay,
19th, dog. Speak on the 19th.
Okay, there you go. There you go. That's the final word.
That's it.
That's it. July 19th.
Yeah.
We're having open mic at the Stables at 7 Rathborne Road, Savannah, Georgia. If you are a poet, if you are a acapella artist of any kind, please come out and do your artistry. We are ready to receive you. Now, let me tell you about the part that Ark don't like. If you are an MC, don't come up there with your track. We ain't got no record contracts. We ain't got no record contracts to give you. And
And not hating on the rappers.
not
but
hating on the rappers. I love hip hop. I love the rappers.
Just say that shit.
But we are not playing your track.
Just say that shit.
You are not rapping over your track.
Better have
We're
bars.
not doing that. You better come out there with bars,
some artistry.
some artistry. We will not be hearing. Well, I can't rap if I can't curse because I don't know how to rap without cursing. That's you. That's your ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's my final word.
All right. Shadira, what you got?
Just thank you for having me. Nice meeting you guys.
Likewise,
nice having a
likewise.
conversation with
Appreciated
you
your
guys.
energy.
That's really all I normally got. Just thank you for having me and hi.
All right, let me close it up. Yo, it is a very, very, very tough conversation to have a very tough time to have a conversation about any facet of Black culture without dealing exactly with what we've dealt with, and that is a rush to protect. because any vulnerability does feel like an attack. But ultimately, my goal was to talk about how, and we've done that in some different ways, how the facet of hip hop has been derelict in its representation of hip hop. These systems don't operate like photosynthesis. It takes people to man them. It takes people to cooperate with the paradigms that alter what was into what is, turn that force into a field of lumber. It takes black, collusion in that. So, are we dealing with a culture that has given a lot of power, our collective power, to an institution that was ultimately co-opted, rebranded, and given back to us? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Are
Very much so.
revolutionaries?
Power to a bunch of kids
Are
who ain't shit.
Are there revolutionary people or people who are trying to push against the narrative? Yes.
Yes.
Is
They
that
just don't get the same platform.
right? So is that the norm? Right? Because even in the revolution, even in the 60s, the people fighting back were not the mass of African American people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
so
right. It was a select few.
But there was a select
Right.
few who
He wasn't
chose
the coach
to.
the next generation.
Right. So it
You mean?
to pretend that hip hop does not need to have scrutiny because the majority have gone into a hyper individualist culture, a hyper ageist culture, a hyper the only sin is to deny thyself culture. And that those cultures do have foods, they do have rituals, they do have different facets of culture that hip hop just doesn't represent anymore.
Well,
There's no hip hop food, right? There's no, you know what I'm saying?
You got hip hop snacks, dog.
Don't do
wait,
that.
no. Wait, let me speak up for the young girls. Glorilla, she did go down the damn wrote a show in her ass and shit. And people from Memphis, including me, talked to her and said, "You don't got to do that." And that's
But
changing.
you don't
We
have to unless
we have to mentor our children, because if we don't know, if we sitting here with all our complaints, what the fuck do they know?
Can I say this? But not necessarily the last word. I'm sorry, but when you look up what culture means, and the definition of culture, it actually never mentions food. What it mentions is culture encompasses the shared behaviors, beliefs, values, and social norms of a group of people. Now, when you keep that strict definition, then is hip hop a culture? Yes.
Well, so here's the thing.
It's
So
a-
when you
it's-
say shared values,
Black
and when you say values, these words have meanings in and of themselves, right? So when you try to there's a certain way in certain cultures that you eat. You know what I'm saying? There are certain ways that you walk in public. There are certain ways that you behave. There are certain people that you have to stay in arm's length of when you're not married, when you're not, all these other things. So the values, just because the word,
as much as it came from hip hop, is a lie.
just because the word food doesn't show up or the word textile doesn't show up, that does not mean that they are not integral.
No. I'm not saying that.
Hip-hop
What I'm
culture,
saying
hip-hop
is
culture ain't
it does not
everything, it's just a
necessarily
genre.
have to have those aspects. Usually when we talk of culture, we are even talking of an ethnic group. We even we put ethnicity in it.
Yeah.
We added ethnicity into it tonight. It does not necessarily have to encompass ethnicity.
Excuse me, culture.
It does not have to.
That's not true.
So
Hey, yo, not to cut you off, bro, but I want my final word to be hip hop don't stop.
Yo, we about to get out of here, yo. Man,
Exactly.
it has been a dope conversation. We're going to have to end up having this conversation again. Yo, it's been your boy Jive English. This is Clicked Up the podcast. Yo, right there in the corner, right there. That's who we are, man. If you find that logo anywhere, man, we are doing our thing, man. If you see anything that you like, man, like, share, subscribe, man. Do all that cool stuff that all the cool kids do, man. We out like Scout. Peace.
Blah, blah.